have the instinct.
No, I did not. I'm just kidding.
Like ants. I always have the instinct to like shake them. I don't know. Like because how like.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Welcome to Golden Crack. We're already starting. What's up? Welcome back to Golden Craft Cast. This is episode 76, I think. I'm not too sure. Anyways, we're going on our series. I'm gonna be talking about comedians. And this is our third parter, I think. And once again, we got a guest. And a returning guest is Erik. Erik's right there. And with Erik, we got Juver. We're doing everything remotely, and we're looking at his face.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, thank you for joining us on this special episode.
For shizzle.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hoover, I heard you were a big fan of comedy.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna elaborate how that came to be.
You want me to elaborate?
Yeah, elaborate why you're such a fan of comedy and comedians overall.
Uh, I think it started with sitcoms. I grew up just watching Chappelle's Show, Wayne's Brothers, Fresh Prince, and then after that, like the next step is to like watch their stand up, I guess, especially Chappelle. And then from there, I thought it was just funny, and then and then I started slowly like exploring more. I still kind of listen to like I feel like the mainstream ones. Like I don't get down in deep in depth and like try to look for different ones. I stay like surface level like comedians like well known like Bill Burr
Yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah. I mean, I
Not
do that
fair.
too, but I think Erik, you kind of like go deep into like comedians that a lot of people have not heard of.
Um. Yeah. Like. I. Obviously, I check out the top tier ones, but I go a little bit below the top tier also. Like the ones coming up and stuff. Like when Hoover um asked me about if I had heard of Mark Norman.
Mhm.
I had already heard of Mark Norman. you know,
He's
um,
trying to match up. He's like, oh, have you heard of him?
you know. Also, I've recommended comedians to Hoover and
Yeah, to me as well.
Sarai also. Uh, for a while, the three of us we would chop it up when it came to comedy. Um, yeah, yeah, I go a little bit beyond. You know, it's just I mean it's hard. I don't know because like to me stand up I can always rewatch the same specials. I end up rewatching the same specials like they especially because most of them like the good ones that ones I really like have a lot of replay value to me. You
Yeah.
get me? I already know the jokes, I already know the punchlines and everything, but that doesn't matter. Like it's still funny to me. Like it's like rewatching an episode of Fresh Prince or something.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes like I'm getting ready for work or getting ready to go somewhere, and like I kind of like playing just something like for background noise. You get me?
Yeah. I do
Um,
that too.
so like I'll play like a special here and there. I just watched Bert Kreischer's special. Well, we watched it. Well, I mean, in the background. I think yesterday when I was getting ready for work or the day before. Um, yeah, the machine and Secret Time. Those two I like. The Big Boy, I don't know. We'll talk about it
Yeah,
though.
we'll talk about that.
But yeah, just that, and then like like for example, Andrew Schultz. He, if you guys know who that is,
Yeah, I heard of him.
he's not. he's on his way up still. Like I wouldn't say he's a top tier right now. Fame wise. Um, but like I mean, he has yet to really drop a special. I think he has one like in the vault, but they're just getting ready to release it. I'm looking out for that one because he's good, but we'll save him for another episode. Um, like when I discovered him and his podcast with Charlie the God, like I kind of YouTubed his name and like saw bits that he had out there. Oh wait, what I'm talking about? Yeah, he does have a special on YouTube called Crowd Work. He dropped it the same. I think he dropped it the same weekend that Chappelle dropped Sticks and Stones,
Okay.
which I was like, okay, good luck with that.
Right. It's like movies. Like, the big Marvel movie is gonna be there, and then you're trying to like compete in the same weekend as that. It's like, good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's
he's
why he did
good.
it.
He's good. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, if you go on YouTube, you mainly see him doing crowd work. You'll see a couple of bits, but he mainly does. He may on YouTube. He mainly has him, doing crowd work because he's good at it. But also, they like he mentions like, okay, I know you guys see me do a lot of crowd work on on YouTube, but that's not all I do. I do have bits, like but you guys have to come to my shows to get those. um I remember there was an opportunity a while back, or I think it's still there. No, a while back, recently too, to go see him. Also, Tom Segura. I told Hoover about Tom Segura, but I didn't make that happen. I didn't commit and buy the tickets because I don't know. It seemed like an impulse buy. I'm sure I'm gonna regret that the day, God forbid, he dies.
Erik, no.
Stop saying that.
Yeah,
Don't say
yeah,
that.
I know.
Don't take
No,
that back. Don't even say
no.
it.
I'm just saying I'm gonna regret that decision if that ever like
Tommy's not gonna die.
um no, because how many people had the opportunity to see Bob Saget and didn't. You get me?
Yeah, you're right. I guess if you see it like that,
yeah, you get
the
me?
untimely deaths and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can't take it for granted. That's what I'm trying to say. You get me? Like the percentages are always gonna be there. Um, but yeah, I mean, we still have a good number of years with
Or how about if Tom breaks his arm again? I don't know, man.
hey, he's still gonna live. He could still fucking tell jokes from a wheelchair. For all like
yes, but can he hold the mic?
Hey, someone is gonna hold the mic for him. He's Tom Segura.
How is he gonna use the mic as a prop if he can't hold it?
He doesn't need to do a prop. That's the end of those days. But I mean, like, yeah, I guess you're really hitting the nail on this one when it comes to like watching comedians live while they're alive, because this is the reason why we're doing this episode in honor of Bob Saget and Louie Anderson, and I guess Betty White. In some sense, she wasn't a comedian per se, but she was a comedic actress, and a lot of people kind of did respected her in some sense. But I mean, it sucks when these things happen, like especially like in the beginning or at the end of the year, like someone just needs to die or someone just dies. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it like that. It sounds kind of like they're
someone needs to die.
Someone needs to die for people's dreams to come true. Souls to consume. I don't know.
The Illuminati.
I wasn't gonna say that, but all right.
Thanks, Hoover.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shit. All right. All right. We gotta get this thing rolling. So, before we talk about getting into it, we talk about beers. So, we got Brewery X's Slaps and Tickles. I got this because it was like a neon lights with like bricks on them. So, it kind of reminds me of like a comedy scene or, a comedy club when you see that neon signs and everything. And, I thought it was funny. Slaps and tickles. So let's crack into it. Uber, sorry, you don't have a beer.
Oh no, yeah, I do.
Water again? All right.
It's vodka.
It's actually vodka.
It's water mixed with not your father's ibuprofen. As I am sick.
Geez. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why we decided to do this remotely because we don't want to get the COVID. Well, you don't have COVID, but
No, I don't got the cove.
yeah, we wanted to be safe. So I'm just gonna pour this and damn, Eric, you really have to drink that? We didn't even cheers. Oh, sorry. Did I take too long?
I didn't know we were gonna pour in glass, but okay.
That's what the glass is for.
Didn't know it was that fancy.
Not
Eric,
fancy.
Eric. This is Golding Craft Cast, okay? We pour beers in glasses here, right? Drinking out of the can. What the fuck is that?
Thank you.
I have to hold my pinky up. Take a sip.
Hey, you can do whatever you want. We're
This
not gonna
is
judge you.
this is a blue collar podcast, right? Only men are allowed here. So,
Men are.
Is that why you're not here?
oh, I'm here.
Virtually here.
I'm here.
You can't say the same thing about Manny.
Well, he's everywhere.
Who? Hoover? Manny?
Both of them.
Yeah, they're kind of both everywhere. I kind of.
That wasn't a
think
fat
of-
joke, Hoover. I swear. That wasn't a fat. I said
No,
it about Manny.
no. Say, now that you're saying that it's not a fat joke, makes it a fat joke. You fat piece of shit.
We're just gonna
Talk
be.
about yourself like that.
Oh man, we're gonna talk so much shit throughout the whole episode, but we're doing it in honor of Bob Saget and Louie Anderson. But yeah, what kind of notes are you getting?
Beer. It's gonna.
Wow, thanks. It's toppy, smooth. What are you getting?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Foamy for some reason.
Super carbonated.
Yeah.
I had like this big old head, and I'm just like weighing it down when I think all this shit.
The piglet.
Yeah.
Glass.
You got the piglet because he's a piglet.
Again, talk about Hoover like that.
Who's the one
Hoover.
holding the
Okay, I'll
piglet
stop.
glass?
Okay, I met my quote already. I'll stop.
So, Sergio, how's that beer?
It's actually really good. It's a little malty, to be honest, hoppy. Pretty refreshing. Sorry, refreshing, and it's actually pretty good. I don't know if you will like this, Juver, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
I don't think you will like this.
Why?
It wasn't like the other ones that we had last time. So I know you. I think you're more of a lager guy than anything. This is more like this is a West Coast IPA. It's like a little bit better and hoppy. So there's like a little bit of malt in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like maybe a little not strong, but just a little not of your taste.
Well, Hoover, you tend to drink like you tend to like the fruity drinks, huh?
No, yeah, that's my drink of choice. I don't like drinking just things without flavor. No, but yeah, I'm on the lighter side of beer. Yeah, I don't like things that are too heavy. The darker they are, I think they're not as good as they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you like this. I know what you guys like, I guess. Actually, Erik will like anything really. He's experimental.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever not finished a beer.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You just drink it. It's like, fuck it.
You, on the other hand, remember the times I brought freaking micheladas.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird beer. Well, it was cool, but then it was just like kind of overwhelming. It was like, how would I say this? It was like Snickers. Like at first, it's pretty cool, but then like the caramel will get kind of overwhelming at one point, and you just don't want to eat it.
Are we still talking about a michelada?
No,
We're
okay,
talking about
okay.
beer. I'm
He's-
trying to make an analogy. Right
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you like micheladas?
Yeah, I do. Good ones. But
No. Yeah, because we're talking about like I think the first time you ended up drinking one was
it was the chamoy one, right?
no.
That's the one that you're referring to.
Yeah, that's the last one. That's the one I had brought over from Tijuana.
Yeah.
But the first time you ended up taking a sip of one of my micheladas, it was like a Bud Light. You know the tall cans, the Bud Light.
Oh.
Yeah. Budweiser.
Ah, that
Yeah.
shit was nasty. That shit
Yeah.
was like what was it, like a shrimp cocktail? And I tasted it. I was like, ugh. Like that just tasted like.
You don't like shrimp cocktails?
I'm not really a seafood person, to be
Ah.
honest. So I just kind of got grossed out by it. Just
We've gotten sushi together.
thinking that. Yeah, but that's sushi.
No, I get you. Like people like tomatoes, but not ketchup, or vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. People are weird. I'm weird. It's cool. I'll accept myself.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I like French fries and mashed potatoes, but I don't like potatoes.
Oh yeah.
You don't like a baked potato?
No, I don't. That
Yeah, same.
What's the
I'm
point?
kind of weirded out by that. I'll eat it, but I'm just.
I want to eat it.
Because you said you don't drink. You don't. At least you haven't finished beers that I guess you haven't liked or something. Is that correct?
I think the chamoy one that you brought, I think that was the only one I didn't finish. Actually, there was another one, but I just can't remember.
Okay, so in that case, what happens? Do you make an excuse like I'm full or something, or what do you do? What I do, I just try to chug it. So I'm like, oh yeah, it was really good, but I just want to get rid of it.
Neither. I just put it to the side and I forget about it.
Okay, yeah. So Eric,
What kind of friends hang out with? Who were like, is it peer pressure or what the hell?
what? No, I just common courtesy. I don't like if someone's buying me a beer, I don't want to not drink it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I guess you're not that much of a piece of shit like me. It's what you're trying to say.
Because I'm like because like especially if you're going out for drinks, you like those are expensive. So like, you don't want to just like I wasted, I don't know, this amount of money on you. Just the last time I invite you to anything.
Okay, yeah, I get it. But I won't do that when we're hanging out.
Oh no, yeah, if we're hanging out, I'm like, oh yeah, whoop. I would just, oh damn, it slipped out of my hand.
Oh, okay, I'll watch out for that. It's cool. It's not like it's my hardworking money.
No,
But it's cool.
no, because you got a 24 pack.
I guess. But what if they don't have the 24-pack of the beer that I like?
Or if it's a tall can, I'll drink it. But if it's just a 6-pack or whatever, I don't know, man.
All right. All right, so yeah, let's get into the comedians. I mean, same thing as last time. Oh, well, Hoover, this is the first time you joined us on the comedian series. So we just basically choose our top 2 comedians. We'll go on a round. We'll pick one comedian. We'll talk about him for length, and actually less than 3 hours, to be honest. And yeah, we'll just make it around. Oh, by the way, we got our top 2 little segment that we constructed, and of course, you're in it. So let's give it a listen.
I'm in it.
You hear that?
Top two.
You really can't hear that?
Top two.
Top two. Top two. Top two.
Top two.
Top two.
Top two.
Wait, did you hear that?
Did it end? Did it end?
Yeah, it didn't.
Okay, yeah. At first it wasn't coming in, but then it just like.
Sorry, the volume was kind of down.
Ah, okay.
It was like that. Sorry.
I heard my audio.
Uh-huh. We're very proud.
It's like loud, and then it's like top 2, and then yeah.
All right, our top 2. Hoover, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. This first comedian, I just enjoy. I don't know. He's pretty common. Bert Kreischer, the man without a shirt. Uh, he's just a lovable idiot, and I I can't relate to his stories. Like I haven't been in the same situations as he has, but like
I think anyone has.
yeah, he's just too much of a party animal. But I'm saying like I get the decisions he makes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm like, I think I would have done the same if I was in his situation. Uh, where I first saw him was where the fuck did I see him? I think it was on Conan, but he was talking about his Russian mafia story, of course. That's like his most famous joke. And I'm like, oh, I want to see this comedian, and then I went to Netflix and I went to the wrong special. I think I saw Secret Time. I'm like, wait, where's his mafia story? And then yeah, it turns out it was his what's his first one? Oh, the machine one. And yeah, I was dumb. But yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. In my screen, there's like this there's like this hand signal.
It's up right.
It's like right on his titty, and it's just like it looks like it's grabbing them. I'll show you a picture. Hold on. Sorry.
on my titty.
No, on Eric's titty.
Oh, is it like this?
What do you have to feel offended, bro?
You could have said my shirt. That's the same fucking thing. That's all.
And there he was, a barbecue sauce on his titties.
Sorry. Proceed.
Just, no, yeah, and then I've just enjoyed all of his specials. I know Erik doesn't like his last one, Hey Big Boy, but I did. Probably, I would say it's not his best one, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. And yeah, besides his stand-ups, I followed him on two Bears One Cave, and then the Burt Cast, and he's just funny all around. He also does like I don't know if there's a video of him where Tom Segura is just like, oh, you're drinking water? He's like, no, I'm drinking Kool-Aid, and then and he has like this big canister of just Kool-Aid, and and it's just funny, and yeah. That's my intro to Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. Actually, Erik introduced me to Bill Kreischer.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just said like, "Oh, have you heard of Bill Kreischer?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "The Machine." I'm like, "Oh." And then he showed me a clip, and I was like,
This is the mafia
Oh,
story
my
because
God.
that went
"That
viral.
was yeah, that's the
And
mafia story."
And I was surprised you hadn't seen it because, like, it went viral. And I asked
I
you,
just
like,
seen
you
your
never seen this? And you're like, no. And I remember I was dropping you off at your house, and like we got to your house, and I started playing it. And I think that whole story is like, how long is it? Like at least 15.
I think it was like 15 minutes.
Something like
from
that,
what I
right?
remember. Yeah.
So the whole clip, like, and we were just there in my car watching it. And I was like, okay, I think Sergio's gonna check him out. And I told you check out his Netflix special. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you did, right?
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something in my mail.
Yeah, but Bert Kreischer's pretty good. I like him. I do like him. His last special. Here's the thing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he came. Hey Big Boy came out like 18 months after Secret Time, and that's like, and that's how I felt. Like I felt like Hey Big Boy was just rushed. He gave me like the material. Like he didn't really. Like a little bit more time, I feel like he would have like developed the jokes more and the timing more better,
Oh, you just feel like it wasn't like it was a little underdeveloped. And
Anyway,
yeah.
I mean, if you look at all three specials, they're all 2 years about 2 years apart. So
yeah, but there's a difference between 2 years and 18 months of working on something, of anything, art in general. Like you could work on a script. And
no, but I'm saying the Machine and the Secret Time are also. I can't see the exact dates, but it's one. The Machine was 2016 and it's Secret Time's 2018.
That's true, but I believe the Machine was his first special, and your first special is usually just your catalog of all like your best jokes of like since you've been doing it, and then it's usually like a comic that has been doing it for like around 10 years.
Yeah.
Like you get me? So like that doesn't really quite like of course that's not gonna be underdeveloped, you get me? And Secret Time, I mean, yeah, maybe it took 18 months or so, or I don't know how long, but I could see him still like having more in his catalog. You get me? Am I making sense? You know? I think Hey Big Boy was like new material that he was developing. Whereas Secret Time was probably like half half of it was new material. And I'm sure the machine was just like old material. I'm
Oh
not
no,
sure.
no, yeah, for because I know the machine. He said he was just trying to do all his best jokes, and of course, yeah, the machine story. So yeah, but I'm saying like, because I think Secret Time and Hey Big Boy are pretty close. They're not like, of course, the machine's on another level, but like I think those two are like pretty close. So I'm like, because Bert and Secret Time's closer, I'm like that one kind of fell. It wasn't like his best closer, I guess. And so I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't know why you think it was like a big drop off for Hey Big Boy.
Okay, now I'm thinking it might be a matter of perspective because if you ask me, I think Secret Time is better than the machine.
Okay.
But I mean, I may be alone on this. I'm pretty sure I am. But here's the thing: you take out the mafia story out of the machine, and it's like, you know. But I know
Well,
that's a big if, and
Wait.
I get it. I get it.
No, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm saying like I can't remember. Well, like if you think about the machine, I think that what hits the machine is like the closer, of course, the machine, the whole story. But like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's like a big drop off between specials. Like they're all kind of the same. The thing that makes machine the best is the machine story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what it
Um.
started.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say it's a big drop off from the machine to Secret Time. From Secret Time to Hey Big Boy. I mean, again, I just saw Bert Kreischer because I hadn't seen him and I just saw his specials, because I hadn't seen him in a minute. I started with the machine and I stopped with Secret Time. I didn't bother with Hey Big Boy. Hey Big Boy does not have any replay value to me at all.
Really? Wow.
Oh,
Sorry.
shit. That's funny.
Oh, sorry. I'm a big comedic critique.
You gotta be a critique of everything.
No, yeah, I don't care. I'm just
No.
saying.
No, I mean, but I mean, we've had these types of discussions. It's just
No, yeah.
we haven't recorded them.
Yeah,
But
this is them
we usually
No.
talk about it. For example, Hoover, you already know who my favorite all-time comedian is. Don't mention him. We're not. You know me.
Red Rocket. All right, gotcha.
All right, cool.
So and he's like not even on your he's not even on your list. You get me?
Oh, wait, you're not gonna talk about it?
Eric doesn't want to talk about him.
Doesn't wanna talk about it? We'll talk about it later.
Well, you guys already mentioned them. It's Lucy
Oh,
K.
okay, yeah. I was gonna say like, oh, wait, isn't it Louis?
No, I'm talking about my all-time favorite comedian is Louis C.K.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
and
Like,
that's the thing also. Like, okay, he's my favorite, but I know he's not the best.
yeah,
The
yeah,
best.
he's definitely like my top tier. I would say. I would consider him one of my favorites.
I think the best comedian of all time, arguably, is Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah,
I think that's
I would say he's the most popular right now. Yes, it is. Like he's just like he's like sitting at the goat table or goat chair, if you will.
yeah. I'm saying he's someone that like I mean you could tell me like I have tickets for his show.
Mhm.
It's material that's 6 months old, but I'm sure still pretty good. And I would like bet my life. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's good. Like he's that good. Like he's a master
Yeah.
at it. Like
Well, I mean, as opposed to Kreischer, I feel like Kreischer still. I think the way why he's where he's at is just because he's just like, not only just like that story, but he also brought like, that party boy vibe on him, and people like to watch him. People are really sold on his persona, and also the fact like during 2020, he was the one that was doing like he was still doing comedy through drive-throughs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, arguably they said like someone else did it, but he was the one that was known for doing it
Yeah.
throughout, and I think that's what like kind of really not put him on the map, but just kept him relevant for the while.
Yeah. I mean, that mafia story really, that's like,
That mafia story is now a fucking movie, bro.
It's getting turned into a movie.
Yeah,
It
it's
is?
yeah. I think they just finished filming it now,
okay.
so they're going on post, and I think it should be out this year. Would you know?
Me, I'm not sure. I kind of lost track of that story, but I know it's been developing. I'm not sure if they're post or not.
Yeah, I think they're on post right now.
But yeah, that, I mean, when a comedian has something like that, it usually, moves him up,
Yeah,
from tier to tier. You get me? And I think, don't get me wrong, he's a good comic. He is funny. I mean, I know I just said his last special wasn't,
yeah. He just has a lot of time to
but
grow.
but I think that mafia stories will move them up to doing arenas.
Yeah.
You get me? Where you have comics that have been doing it for like ever and they're good, but they have yet to, do sell out arenas, But yeah, Bird Crush is good. I mostly like when he tells stories,
Yeah,
because he, I don't know, the way he delivers the stories, it's funny. It could be the mafia story, or it could be a basic story of like him shopping with his family on Black Friday and his dad shits his pants.
Oh, Brown Friday. Yeah.
Brown Friday was so funny. It's just that makes you laugh. The way he tells it is just hilarious,
Yeah, I think what also I don't know because he says like full names of people like Amy Stevens or like, and it's just like yeah I know Amy Stevens like just like he starts painting a picture for you without you being there, and I think that's what makes him a great storyteller.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a good storyteller. Yeah. So he's funny in that sense. I'm not I mean, when I check out his comedy, I'm not looking for like, social commentary or political commentary. You get me?
Yeah.
Not like with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle brings that with him.
Now
With
he
his
does,
jokes.
yeah.
You get me? But that's okay. Like, it's just different styles of comedy. You get me? It's not like a knock on his style or anything,
Yeah. It's just you're right. Like he definitely knows how to tell like a story and just very over exaggerated. I think the last one I saw from him was it was from This Is Not Happening. It was like I think it was like a 10-minute clip. I've been talking about like him finding a grizzly bear on his reality show.
Oh yeah, he did
Yeah.
that story in The Machine too, I think.
Yeah. I don't think he did the machine on This Is Not Happening. But yeah, like that story, I didn't
You
it
know
wasn't
what,
my
Hoover?
it wasn't my favorite one, but the story the way he told it was just like over exaggerating and just like, just very comical in some sense.
Oh no, yeah, that's I think that's the when he started like when he fell in love with his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tells
Was
that
it?
story on The
Yeah.
Machine.
Oh, he does that?
He does.
Oh shit. Oh, so
He
he's
does
just
it in
repeating
both.
it.
In
Oh,
both. In both.
Yeah, yeah.
He did it in The Machine, and he does it on This
It's
Is
not happening.
Shit. Okay, so since you saw both, which one do you think is like a better version of that?
I think
Both, and I think. Do you want to answer, Hoover?
I want to.
I'm
I
gonna,
I think he's like very close how he tells it, but I want to say This Is Not Happening is just like a tad bit better if I remember correctly.
Really?
I was gonna go with the machine,
Oh,
but to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
because well, I mean, I don't. It may be because like since I know it's in the machine, I don't bother to like rewatch it on this is not happening. You get me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it might be that. Um, like if I want to see Kreischer tell that story, I'll just play the whole, the machine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why. But it's been a minute since I've seen both of them. But I remember, I think it's because I watched it on This Is Not Happening first,
Yeah.
and that's why I remember it better. But no, yeah, and again that he does it. I mean, all comedians do. They tell their jokes very close. Like even if they go on talk shows, they do it very similar how they tell jokes.
Yeah, it's very
Uh,
similar.
It's how they develop like the material. Like I think I forget where I heard this that you know the famous bit that Chris Rock has N words versus black people. Yeah, like it took him like a year to develop that because like people were not receiving it well. Um, so it took him a year to actually develop, that bit, and that's like that's probably his most famous bit um from Chris Rock, right?
Probably because of The Office. Just
Oh yeah, that too that helps. Um, it always helps, when Michael Scott tries to retell your freaking jokes.
Ah.
Uh,
Didn't go well.
no, but yeah, Bert Kreischer. Again, like yeah, like he's not the best comedian, but he's there. And it's not a knock on him. I just think of him as like comfort food, like just popcorn flick. Like he's just good fun. Like I'm not gonna hear his what he's advocating for. I'm just gonna hear. I'm there for like some dumb stories and a good old time. Like
Yeah, I would.
yeah.
I mean, I would definitely buy tickets to go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not even gonna, I mean, regardless how I feel about Hey Big Boy or whatever. Like I would, and that's another thing too. Maybe hey, if I was there when he was performing Hey Big Boy, I'm sure it would have been like more.
Funny.
Yeah, you
Oh,
get me.
but
Like,
the time that was released to like now, if you were to like retell those same jokes, I think it'll be a little bit better developed.
oh
I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I think like if you would go see it right now, I think it'll be way better.
Wait, how
I'll
do
probably
you
go.
feel about Hey Big Boy?
Honestly, I haven't seen it. That's the one I haven't seen. Eric's just like, "Oh, come on."
No, because it might have looked heated, but me and Eric have had the same conversation at least like 10 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I should have. I didn't really have time because I didn't know what your picks were until today. So
Yeah.
maybe I should have But
Oh no, you're good.
yeah. But I mean, I think we might save that conversation for the next one or when we can, or maybe outside of this of this recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, like yeah, I agree. Like he's not the best, but he's also like I said, I think he just has more time to grow. To be honest, from what I heard, like the machine was actually like it it was actually because he was telling the story to like his friends, like like his usual friends, like Segura or like Rogan, and I think Rogan told him to like actually tell that story on stage, told him to like develop a little bit, and then it became what it is.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he told it on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Did he?
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, he actually did. I did remember him saying that.
Yeah, and I think that's when Joe Rogan told him, "Okay, you have to tell
you
that."
have to tell that story.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Yeah, he told him, and I think,
think he
his
was telling-
fans started demanding that story on stage from him. So he started telling that.
Yeah, from what I imagine, he probably told that story to all his friends like 1,000 times and said like just put it on stage.
Yeah.
At one point it became what it is and stuff. So, I mean, what really drives that like story? Like, what makes it like really funny to you guys?
That it actually happened. Just like
I mean, besides that, but like just the structure of the joke, like what really hits it is what I'm trying to say.
I think we've all taken that one class where like because I remember I took French and I've had almost a similar route.
Okay.
I took French 1. I'm like, okay, I could hang. Then I went to French 2, and that's when the teacher started like half teaching in French. I'm like, oh fuck, like. And I was in the same thing. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I know what Bert was going through. Like, oh, horseshoe star. Like, I'm
It
like,
was the I can't even
yeah, it was
say
like very relatable.
ability. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did go on a school trip, so I do know how like adjusting to things are. And but what just makes it better is just the mafia gets involved,
Yeah.
and then he actually speaks Russian. And I've seen because I've seen like there's a bunch of YouTubers that react to shit. I
Yeah.
wanted to see if any like Russians reacted to it, and there's a couple, and then they're like, oh yeah, and then they're like, they're all like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds about right, like, and yeah, that's my end.
Yeah. I was just gonna turn to Erik. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just the mafia story.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that I don't know. I mean, the fact. Oh, the fact that it's a story that it feels like someone like a story that someone would, like a guy or a friend or something, would tell like at a barbershop. You get me? Or like you get me? Or like there's like a sense of like, I don't know if camaraderie is the same. Is the word I'm looking for, but you get me?
Yeah. I know
you
what
get
you're
me?
trying to say. Yeah.
Like there's the whole setting that comes with that, that story. That and I guess like the protagonist in the story is like kind of like relatable. Like he's like, you know, I don't know, gullible or like not so smart. You get me?
Yeah.
And you can easily relate to it. You get me? Like I could easily see myself in that situation.
Right.
Yeah, especially when this is like that's not how I imagined spending my second junior year. Like,
yeah. Yeah, when he does little punches like that, like yeah, that's funny.
because then you start thinking, how did he come up with these little like jokes in between the story? Like,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of have to. I mean, to push the the story
Especially,
forward.
especially your development of the story. I mean, it's like based on his uh the true accounts of what happened. It's like no, but I mean, yeah, you guys are right. Like with the relatability, and then also like it's like one of those stories you would tell like late night with your friends and stuff. And I think for me, it's just like it's coming from a guy that is sort of like uh I would say appropriately like an underachiever, and he's going through this whole trip with like it like for scholarly reasons and stuff. And for some reason, this guy just be friends with like the mafia. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he's not a school guy. He's just a fun guy, and his party demeanor just like attracted like the mafia, and now that's attached to him. And then at the end of the joke is like, oh fuck that bitch, this is Russia. And I think that's what really like makes the best closing of that fucking joke, is because like he was in this school trip and in Russia out of all places, and then now it's like he's a part of it, and what you thought was an authority is not an authority in this fucking land. It's just like, oh, he got himself into the situation. It's just like, fuck, only he would bring that type of thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
That's
and then like knowing that like what like that's probably like an introduction to everyone to Bert Kreischer. But looking back, like yeah, of course he did that on a school trip.
Yeah.
Of course, and then like again like we all have this like stereotypical version of Russia or Russians. It's just like yeah, of course that's what the Russians said. Like. And like yeah, like
Of course, that's what Igor and Igor said.
Yeah, it's the little details that just makes it funny all the way through.
My favorite thing is when I was watching the YouTube reactions, they all had the same reaction when he's like, he says something about I fuck like pussy or something, and then I get pussy or something, and then they're like, that's not what it means, and then like he's like, it doesn't really mean that, it's just I fuck cats or like something like that, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what, and not ever like all the
It was right on
YouTubers,
that? Oh dang.
yeah,
Oh shit, I would have thought that was. I thought that was sort of like him just being funny between the word cat and pussy, and then like I don't know if that actually makes a good translation between Russian and English. I wasn't too sure about that, but it's
I know.
funny that we got confirmation on that.
yeah, because like each they're like, they I also have the confused face like I fuck cats like.
It's like guts.
But then, like, Bert Kreischer's like, no, that's what it really means. It doesn't mean what I meant, like, wanted it to mean. But yeah,
Holy shit. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was just trying to be funny, not detailed. Oh shit. Do you have any like favorite jokes? I mean, besides the machine story, anything that stands out?
We already mentioned Brown Friday.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
Damn.
I'm just asking Hoover because this is his pick.
No, yeah. You also said the marshmallow one. That was my favorite one, just because like, I just like how he says like his wife's like, "Are you okay?" Like,
Because she has a sound.
yeah, because she's like Southern. The other one, the what's it called? The when you jump from like tree to tree or whatever, zip line. When they're zip lining.
oh, when in doubt, put it and spread them
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that one. Just because like, it's so stupid. Like, oh, did you hear that? When in doubt, spread them out. Like, yeah, that's what we're gonna go to middle school. Like, no, that's not. No, fuck that. You guys are not gonna do going like that mentality to high school. Like, just, that one, and then my the one I remember more is when his daughter gets her period, and then that's in Hey Big Boy. Just, but yeah, that's just because like you see how Bert is like as a father.
Yeah.
And then
he has a parent like girls. You get me? Like,
yeah, like if you think Bert as a father, like he even says like I'm not the parent here. My wife is. Like
I like
the other kid.
I like the advice he tries to give to his daughter. You know what I want? Like I think it was on Secret Time when he was like, if your boyfriend tries to fuck you blindfolded, that's his roommate trying to fuck you. Don't do it. When it comes to drugs, just take half.
oh yeah,
2
just take
hours.
half. Yeah, that and when yeah, and another thing like with his daughters is like when his daughter's like realizing, am I in the stupid class?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm getting like a thing here. There's any story with with his daughter. It's just like just cause it's just funny. It's just
Yeah.
fun time seeing Bert try to parent things from his perspective.
That's always funny to see,
Yeah.
especially if you like hear like his podcast and him going through all that shit. Yeah, you definitely hear a lot about his wife and his daughters and stuff, and he definitely talks about like how weird it is for her daughters to be like, his daughters, and then they get like weird requests from like other people and stuff, and it's just like, oh damn, like I kind of feel for him, like when he's telling like those relatable stories, just like, oh well, because of my success, like I feel shitty because like now like my kids have to like be a part of it and shit. They're just like, oh fuck, like that's kind of I don't know, it's kind of an interesting aspect, but also like one that I have the feels for him, like but I feel for the dude,
He is a very sexy man. Yes.
Yeah, he is a really sexy man, and he takes off his shirt, and it should be that way throughout the whole time.
Yeah, I know it's a Florida thing, but he should take off his pants too. I'm just saying, if he really wants to be really,
I think that's his next move. He's just gonna be in briefs. He's just like,
yeah, my crowd doesn't like me when I take off my shirts. I got to do something extra now.
just to please the crowd.
He's gonna be doing that shit until all the way till he gets on diapers again.
Who's on diapers?
Till he gets
Pampers.
till he get a sponsor from Depends.
Grace.
Um,
Any final word on Bert Kreischer?
Garfield, maybe. No, no, I don't.
Great.
uh,
I mean Bert Kreischer. Did I say Bill?
A couple times in the beginning, yeah.
Oh, why didn't you say anything?
Just want you to dig your own grave.
Right, I'll remember that.
no, just yeah, the bits that I enjoy from him, I already mentioned. I already mentioned those. But yeah, like I said, I would pay to go see him.
Hoover,
Yep. What happened?
final word.
I recommend Bert Kreischer, and that's my final word.
Oh, geez. Way to sell it. Have some afterthought about this whole conversation, but yeah. All right, Erik, you want to give us our first?
Hold on, number.
I gotta process this. Yeah, it's really hoppy. How you feeling
Yeah.
on this beer?
Pretty good. I mean, like most beers, it gets better the more you drink it. But it started off a little like bitter and whatnot. So it's
Yeah, it's just you get used to the hops, and it just starts to be like a little bit more smoother along
Yeah.
the way.
Geez, okay. I have my comic, but I just realized that you guys might not even know, or like
That's why you're
have seen
here to
him.
explain
Okay.
it to us. It's cool, bro.
Nate Bargatze. Have you guys heard of him?
No.
Hoover,
Never
I've
did.
been recommended him like forever.
He's like, who?
No, it sounds. I just keep hearing Great Gatsby. Nate Gerbatsky.
Nate Bargatze. Nate Bargatze.
Oh, fucking now I'm hearing it too.
Oh yeah, I've seen him around.
Are you playing around? Are you serious?
No, I've seen him around. I just never I've never checked him out like a lot.
I need to see him because I feel like I heard of him, but I just Erik, go ahead and explain.
Yeah, he makes a strong case for probably the top contender for best clean comic. He's clean, but that doesn't stop him from being good, like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Whoever's listening and you too, I would recommend you guys starting with his half-hour episode on the stand-ups on Netflix. The stand-ups. Start with that one because his 2019, 2018 special, which is called The Tennessee Kid. He does an update that off of his 30-minute episode in the stand-ups.
Okay.
So you're gonna miss on some great material. You're not gonna get it thoroughly, enjoy it thoroughly if you don't start off with the stand-ups, his episode. There's a couple of other comics on the stand-ups also that I would probably recommend. I can't think of any on the top of my
Yeah, I
head.
don't think
They just started. They just released season 3. In season 3, I think his episode is on season 1, but season 3 it included Mark Normand and Brian Simpson. I think is his name, the black comic.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah. You've heard of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's pretty good. He like and then there's the Mark Normand. Hoover, did you see that?
Not from not the stand-ups. No.
Oh, okay. I would tell you not to bother, but you're not gonna listen to me because it's Mark Normand. But go ahead.
Why? Why? Wait. Okay, but okay. Explain more. Why not?
Um.
I think we're getting a little too sidetracked, but all right, I'll allow it.
Okay. To be fair, I gotta watch it again.
Okay.
I only saw it once.
Okay.
But based off the one time that I've seen it, it's just Mark Normand. He's getting stuck on like this style of like comedy that I feel like I caught him in already. And it's like, okay, can you break out of that? Like, you know, me like the way he delivers the jokes, it's like so. I don't know.
It's not refreshing. It's just the same
Yeah.
thing he's been doing for a
Yeah,
while.
it's just like yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Just give him
yes.
some time. He'll
That and
probably
also
wear
the fact that he's pretty close to Norm McDonald. Rest in peace, by the way.
yeah,
Um,
it makes sense. So
yeah, the thing that I think he even mentioned how that was one of his biggest influence.
yeah, he does.
Because when I saw Norm McDonald, I was like, oh, okay, this is a lot like Mark Normand. So he kind of gets like that. That's it. But to be fair, I gotta watch it again.
Okay.
Watch the Brian Simpson one.
All right.
Okay.
I know after this, Hoover, you're gonna go straight to that Mark Normand the stand-ups episode, which is cool. I get it. Like he's one of your top favorites right now,
All right.
Mark Normand.
So back to your guy, Erik.
Yeah, Gatsby.
Yes.
Bergazzi, Bergazzi, yeah, he's again, he's a clean comic. Doesn't stop him from being a great comic. It's just really the way he tells stories and like the way he, I don't know, like, and then like he has like these, I don't know, like his face while he tells the stories and everything. Like I don't know, I can't really.
Let me ask you this:
All right.
when it comes to like his face expressions, is he making an impression of the people he's talking about? Like,
No,
he's
it's just
addressing
he has kind of like this.
them? Or he has a more of a reaction of the story of what he's telling.
It's just he has this like this wide-eyed look on him
I
that's
seen
like, you
him.
get me?
He looks like a crackhead.
um
I'm just kidding.
and like yeah, like, I can't explain it, but he's funny for sure. Damn it. Really wish you guys had checked him out before. Let me see.
Oh, besides like would you say like the Tennessee Kid is like one of his best specials, or
I think that's my favorite one from him.
okay? What about the other one, the American one?
Yeah, that's his latest special. It came out like a year ago. I think.
See that one?
The Greatest Average American. I think it's called. Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah,
Huh?
it is. Yeah, it's called that.
Greatest Average American. Yeah. That one. That one was good. That one was good. I like the Tennessee Kid a little bit better, but I mean, he dropped the Greatest Average American during COVID. Like he even has like this recurring like bit because he shot it outdoors and like he has to look out for like helicopters, so like he works with that. Like he's like, oh, like, you know, you guys gotta watch it, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but yeah, like check him out for sure. Let me see. It's just, oh god, I can't even explain like his style comedy. Like he tells stories, and the way he tells the stories is just funny. Or like little bits. Like he gets into okay, like I'm gonna fuck this up probably. But he gets into like social media. He's talking about like how he follows Leonardo DiCaprio, and like how Leonardo DiCaprio will post shit like, oh, so and so many number of sharks get killed by humans in the millions every year, and like he's like, okay, so you know, no solution, just the problem. Like I don't know, it's just, see, I fucked that up, but
as
It's
usual.
just
But
the
yeah,
way he delivers the jokes. Like, trust me, check him out. You're not gonna regret it. Like,
For sure. Will you say that's one of your favorite jokes, or there are more? Anything that stands out, really?
um, one of them, one of them, um, my favorite joke from him. I don't know. It's hard to say because I have a couple from the stand-ups. Um, it's it's probably that one or another one that he has um about dog medicine expiring. You'll see when you see it. Like it's pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he doesn't want to spoil it for us.
Yeah, it's hard to spoil. I'm trying not to spoil it for you guys. Um,
I mean, you could say one of them. You know, not all of them.
okay, so like he's been married for like ever, right?
Right.
So he says how he talks about like his how he got into a fight with his wife in the middle of the night, like, and he's like, over their dog because their dog gets anxiety episodes when there's a storm, and he's and like you can only do so much with the dog, like trying to explain to him, oh, it's just thunder. So they give him medicine,
Yeah.
the dog medicine, like, for his anxiety. um and like he says that they got into an argument because he saw that the medicine was expired,
Right.
and that his wife told him, that's not that's not expired, that's new medicine in an old bottle.
Yeah.
And he's like, my bad, I should have thought about that. Like, I don't know, I did not see that coming, I'm so sorry. Like shit like that, you know what I mean?
See,
Like
old medicine in the bottle.
yeah. So he like automatically takes the blame, like, you know what I mean? Like, he goes deeper into that joke,
Yeah.
but I don't want to, again, I don't want to ruin it for you guys.
Okay,
I want you
that's
guys
the one to
enjoy it,
savor. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite jokes from him, for sure.
Holy shit. Has he been in like any TV series or any like guest star?
I don't think he does much acting. The thing is, he recently grew a beard, and he's one of those persons that he's one of those guys that he looks completely different with a beard and or that versus not a beard. You get me?
Right.
Um,
I think everyone would look different in the beard.
huh?
I think everyone would look different in the beard though.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more true for something like, for example, like with a beard, he looks his age, and without a beard, he shaves off like 10 years. I feel.
Really?
Yeah, like if you see him when he
Oh,
was
okay,
coming up,
yeah.
like I think his first special was with Comedy Central, and he didn't have a beard back then. He looks so freaking young, like almost unrecognizable.
yeah, I'm looking at him right now, and
Yeah. Right?
if anything, he looks creepier. He looks like hotter with the beard on. Yeah, I think he needs to grow it out. Like that's a life
That's
choice
his
now.
look. That's his look.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can't really say shit because like, ever since I started growing my beard, I started growing my beard because of theater, and I got this part when my director wanted me to grow it out, and then I started like getting like people tell me, oh, like you look good with a beard. Like even my mom tells me, like when I shave, she's like, oh, you shave, okay. Like,
I kind of get the opposite. This is when my mom like, you know what? I'm gonna say this off the air. Never mind. It's gonna make my mom look bad in this racist way.
Well,
but-
she hits you when you shave.
No. No, it's more. If she hits me, I'm gonna fucking tell that she hits me. It's funny, but
Okay.
that's the shit that like that she tells me is kind of like a little off banter and racist. So
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm trying to,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm trying to
No,
avoid.
that's
If it's abuse, it's fine. When it comes to racism,
She
this
puts
is this is 2022, where racism is just like right here, and then abuse is like right here.
I thought you were gonna say she puts me in a corner and tells me to think about what I did.
No, she does that every night, and you know what I do? I go on top of the roof and think about it. I just go extra about it.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go in the corner, Mom. I will go above and
I'm
beyond
not
because
gonna
that's the
go in a corner because I can't not compensate. I can't contemplate my actions. I have to look up in the stars to something. I'm not gonna look at a dry paint.
just because I can't look up to you. I'm gonna look up to the sky. Oh,
Yeah, that's a
okay.
good one.
Yeah.
I'll take that
Um.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so I can't really say anything because, like, yeah, I look completely different, and yeah, I think I definitely look a lot better with a beard.
No, yeah. Without the beard, he looks like a youth pastor, and then
Yeah.
now if anything with the beard, he looks like youth pastor. The other one just looks like a southern reverend. I don't know, dude. It's
but,
there's a
okay,
big
but-
difference. A big difference.
Yeah.
Youth
Yeah.
pastor.
Right.
Yeah, youth pastor. Yeah.
Well, it's like
That's
you
funny.
too, Hoover. Like you without a beard is like
Oh, I can't imagine you without a beard, bro.
you've never seen him without a beard.
I never seen it without a
You're
beard.
lucky.
I'm lucky.
I would say so too. I don't like my people are like, no, you look good. I'm like, no, I don't.
Wait, you
look
recently
good.
shaved too, right?
Yeah, New
Okay.
Year's.
Why?
New year, new me. Just no, I really wanted to grow my beard from like fresh because like I miscut my because like my beard is if you let it go it goes up to your face and then I miscut it too low and then it just like looked unbalanced to me, so I'm just like and it was like a new year, so I'm like new year, new me, whatever fucking thing, and then yeah. But yeah, Nate Grabatsky, Great Gatsby, pretty good beard. Solid 8.5 for my end.
Jeez. Top of that, Eric. Final word on him.
Just really check him out, and again, check out his half hour in the stand-ups, then the Tennessee Kid, and then the Greatest Savage
Would
American.
you say he's like one of the best clean comics?
I think I did say that earlier.
Did you? Oh, I think I missed that.
Mhm.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
mistake.
You did it.
just like-
no, but he is like even he went on a podcast with what's his, Andrew Schultz and I always forget that in that Indian comic Akash Singh
Yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Flagrant 2. He went on that podcast and like Akash Singh like hands down gave him those flowers like, hey, you're definitely the top clean comic. Which I mean I'm not a comedian or anything, but I probably wouldn't be a clean one. It's just another thing
So
to
hard.
worry about, you get me? Like I'm sure he comes up with great material, but he can't say he won't say it because it's not clean,
Yeah.
and in a way, but it also has its perks. Like I'm sure his daughter can enjoy it, maybe. And he can look his parents in the eye with faces afterwards. I don't know how the rest of the comics do it, but I mean, jeez. But yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. Hoover, right? You're definitely gonna check him out.
So what's your pick, Sergio? No, I'll check him out. I don't know. I don't know many clean comics, and I'm always intrigued by that.
Yeah. I know a couple. My comic is not clean. This upcoming one. You know him as America's Dad. Of course, we're doing this in this honor. And honestly, I think what just makes him a great comic is just the fact that his perception from like his TV persona against like who he is in real life just makes him like unique in some sense, and just like shit comes out of that man's mouth. It's just like, yeah, I fucking love this guy. I'm talking about Bob Saget, Mr. Tanner, Full House.
You mean Ted Mosby, right? Future Ted Mosby?
Him too. I'm still questioning why that is. Like, why couldn't? We'll get past that. So, anyways, Mr. Full House, America's Funniest Video. Um, I mean, I always liked him as a comic. I think I'm seeing him more after his passing, and I knew he was always like this dirty, jokey kind of guy. And this guy's just like freaking this guy's just like another level of not giving a fuck, but also just the way that he kind of grew up in. And he said like the only reason he's dirty is because like he was everyone told him not to say like certain words. And now that he was older, he just like went against that advice and just said like fuck it. And also the fact that there's a recurring joke that he always tells off stage, and that's the one with his dad, the way that his dad talked to him. And his dad talked to him at the age of like 10 or 11. Like he would say like ridiculous shit. And for example, he would say like, okay, for dinner, we got choices. We're gonna do this. We got cock and cake. Bad news. We're out of cake. And he would just say like shit like that. And then he's all like, mind you, I was just 11 years old when I heard this. And his dad would just tell him like just like dirty jokes that went over him, but just later in context, it's just like, okay, now I get it. Now I get why he is the way he is and stuff. And I mean, did you guys grew up watching like Full House or
I probably saw a couple episodes, and here, okay. I probably should start off with this, but like,
yeah?
I mean, we're talking about yeah, like people call him American's dad, but I'm like, I don't know. I think Uncle Phil,
Phil.
that's
Yeah. I mean,
That's America's uncle.
yeah,
in his name.
He's a good uncle, TV uncle, but I mean, you don't really see America's dad, especially how America's, predominantly white. So I don't want to say that, but I mean, like, because his persona, like Full House, I would say it's like more. He was a single dad and he handled all this shit, and he was just like this nice guy, and he was known for like the life lessons he would tell like at the end of the episode, and that just made him more endearment, like more endeared, and just very sincere, and that's how everyone in America saw him as, like this one of the greatest dad on TV. Period.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, rest in peace, Bob Saget, but
Yeah.
to me, America's dad is Uncle Phil.
I mean, he's a good dad too, and yeah, rest in peace.
Also,
He was so funny.
This is his tribute episode. Damn it, Erik.
But it's,
Let him win once.
he
What
was a
about-
dad, but he was like the uncle in that TV series.
yes.
I
What about Uncle
guess.
Ben? Have you guys
Uncle
seen
Ben?
that, man? That meme?
What about Uncle Ben? What about Uncle Ben?
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right, Hoover?
Which
That
one?
meme?
Which
With
one?
Tobey Maguire in the studio, and then they're like, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Ben.
Oh yeah.
That shit had me dying.
So stupid.
You never saw that, Hoover? I mean, Sergio?
No, I never saw that.
It's pretty
I
funny.
bet it's stupid.
No, it's stupid, but it's funny.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
No. Well, going back to Bob Saget, like, yeah, fucking.
My bad. I just
So
have to-
wait, so you never saw Full House or no?
Me?
Yeah, Hoover.
Oh, me. I didn't grow up with it, but like, I guess like in middle school, I forgot where I was watching like reruns. I think it was Nick at Night or something. But I was watching reruns. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good, man. I like this. Like, I know this is a tribute, and I kind of just shitted on Erik, but like, he wasn't my favorite character, but he was still darn pretty good. And just him being a single father. Yeah, he had his buddies, but he was still a single father, and like just him going through that crap, with 3 kids. Yeah. I I haven't finished it, but I did also watch Fuller House. If you thought Full House was cheesy, this was like way cheesier.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just something about it that I want to go back to it. And I will like how you said it was like he does have like we see him as this like wholesome kind of guy, and then you see his comedy. I haven't really checked out his comedy, but I think he was in
Talk about that in a minute.
Half Baked, right?
Yeah, he had a part in Half Baked.
Where I think they were doing the meeting.
Yeah.
And, and then he gives like his like hilarious monologue, and I'm like, wait, this is the same guy? Is this his Full House guy? Just because he says some like outrageous shit in that one. And
Was that your first exposure to like how he really is? Or
Yep. No, my only exposure actually.
I think my first one was like the roast. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but that's and then I'm like, oh, so and then I've heard like, yeah, that's how he really is. I'm like, oh crap, so it's not, it's just not out like a one time thing. It's like he's done this before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Freaking, what's I gonna say? So, I mean, when it comes to Full House, of course, you got like that perception of that guy, and also he was in America's Funniest Videos and stuff, and he will just say like some cheesy joke. And to be honest, I did grow up watching like Full House, and it was fun when I was a kid. But just looking back at it and all the jokes that he said, they were hella cheesy and kind of cringy, and I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to go back to that show. But I mean, after he died and all that passing and I know like the way he really is, and just if I were to look at it, I think I would just find him more endearing than ever. Because quite honestly, I just after when I was older, I just didn't really like Full House. And one thing that always got me fucking mad, especially one of the cheesiest jokes, it was a reoccurring joke that he always said. And it was every time like someone spoke Spanish, and then his response was "El pollo loco." And someone would just say something in Spanish, it's like "El pollo loco." And I was just like, that is some fucking lazy ass fucking writing. To be honest, I think I want to punch Bob in the face, but to be honest, I should punch the fucking writers in the fucking face. And when I seen this like his specials, like I was just like, oh my god, this is him. I fucking love this guy. Fucking Mr. Tanner, what the fuck? I forgot his first name. I just remember the last name. It was like something Tanner. But yeah, like recently I actually watched one of his specials I never seen, and I mean he's telling like jokes like nobody's business, like something about like his daughter's friends. They're like, oh yeah, they all grew up, and I fuck them once in a good while and stuff, and then no, we don't talk about that. That is wrong. That is very wrong. And he's just a persona of him just saying that it's wrong, but he keeps going like on the same fucking dirty, like, yeah, that dirtiness and that fucking raw side of him. And then he just keeps going, and then he's just saying like, listen, if you see Gollum, you have a problem. And I want you to shoot that motherfucker in the face, because that should not happen. And then he just goes on with the same other joke. Oh, the special's called I forgot what it's called, but it's on HBO Max. It's the only special that he has in there. And basically just like I said, he just keeps going with the same dirty jokes, like he just keeps going. And the thing with like imaginary things like Golem and stuff, he just keeps going and say like, all right, if you see this thing and this thing fucking, shoot them both in the face. And then he kept going, and then he says, okay. And then he mentions a guy like in the front, like Jerry, or I forgot whatever his name is. It's like, if you see this thing and this thing fucking, and then Jared, he's gonna go underneath and tickle his balls, shoot them all in the fucking face. And he just keeps going with that reoccurring thing. So like, I like how he goes with the reoccurring things, and he doesn't forget how to like that he's uh he keeps going with that same joke, but he's just adding more into it. I think that was the best part of that special.
Is that special called That Ain't Right?
I don't.
Is it this
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, it is called that one. Thank you. Yeah, it's that one.
That Ain't Right. Oh, okay.
HBO Max.
Check it
Check
out.
that one out. Um. Oh my God, that's just so funny. That's just so funny because like I think it's in all his specials and all the time he appears. He just has to mention that, I was in Full House. Let's just get that shit out of the way. I was in America's Home Video. Let's get that out of the way. But let me tell you this. I am not that fucking guy at all. And then he just goes on saying how much he would love to fuck Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey. And he just goes on and he's just like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And just, I mean, that was him with everyone. Like everyone said, like he was such a nice guy. He gave like the best hugs, and he was wise. Like he was actually wise in at that type of sense. And I mean, like this guy was just like, I feel like he was a little bit of both. Uh, best of both worlds, really. And he kind of like intertwined that with like his real persona with everyone else and stuff. I would say like um there was this one video I saw on YouTube where I just like clicked on it because it just kind of seemed interesting, and it was like, oh, what happened to the Olsen twins, right? Olsen twins was in Full House, right? So I'm watching this video. It's made by like an amateur student filmmaker or whatever. Forgot her name, and she's not gonna get mentioned. Um, and she was just explaining like, oh, like just the fucking trauma that they went through and this and that. And then there was this one part I fucking laughed my ass off, and she just it was just like the lack of awareness of the context of like Bob Saget's personality that just made it even more funny. And they said that she said that I think one of the traumas that the Olsen twins went is through Bob Saget's behavior. And then she literally said like there was this one time where Bob Saget used a doll that was supposed to be like one of the Olsen twins. And opposite when the twins weren't around, he just started dry humping it, and everyone on set started laughing, and he kept doing it. And I felt that's not a good behavior for a an infant child to witness. And I'm just like, that's how he fucking is, you know? Like, I just started laughing my ass off. Like, that doesn't mean like, they got messed up through seeing that. If anything, they weren't even on set. Like you said, they weren't even on set to see that shit. And I'm just like, just like the context of like him being him, and then making it seem like it's a bad thing is just like, oh, like, nah, you don't get it. You don't get it and stuff. But I don't know. That's one of the things I just like I saw and I remember about Bob Saget is just like him being described like through other people how funny he was and how inappropriate he was. Just, fucking humping like dummies. Stuff, and it's just like, okay. Like that seems like a type of guy I would like to hang out with. I mean, if he's being funny, not creepier in any fucking way. It's just like that's just the way he is. But um, I think like me personally, I think what attracted me to him is him being vulgar. And I like people who are very vulgar because I believe like people who are like very vulgar are actually the most honest people around. So, and I'm also vulgar, so I was just like, oh fuck, like just him being outrageous and stuff. It's just I don't know. This is like a weird attraction. I mean, don't you guys agree?
Um, yeah, yeah. There might be something to that, but also the fact that it's so polar opposite
Yeah. It
to
subverts
his person,
expectations.
yeah,
Yeah.
his persona from Full House, you know, that might have something to do with it. Like for example, I remember hearing that okay, the cast from American Pie. You have the actor that plays the Schermeister, whatever. What's his name?
Um.
Sean or something. Sean or
No, no,
Sean
no. That's Stifler.
Stifler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stifler.
Schurmeister. Yeah, Schurmeister's like the little. He's like the nerdy one,
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
the Stiffmeister or whatever. Or well,
I'm gonna look this
okay,
up.
you guys know who I'm talking about, right? The no, you're talking about the Shermanator.
No,
Yeah.
you're talking about the Shermanator.
Okay, I meant
Yeah,
the
it seems like
Stiffmeister or whatever. The fucking guy,
Stifler. Yeah, the party, like the crazy dude, the party
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard he's actually not like that.
Yeah.
And Jason Biggs, the nice guy, and like you know, he's actually how Stifler is
Oh,
in
so
real
they're
life.
just
Yeah,
switch around.
yeah,
Yeah.
like on camera, like on American Pie, they're like the exact opposite of what they're actually like.
Yeah.
Which I mean, as a director, like to make that call, like it's like what the fuck? Like, how do you miss that? It's like the guy
I
who
don't.
didn't cast
Yeah.
what's his face? OJ Simpson as a fucking murderer. he said
I did not hire him as the Terminator because I do not believe he was a murderer. That's a good story. But
you know that story over?
yeah,
Okay.
he knows about that. No, but I think I get like, yeah, the director should have done a better call, like, to appropriately cast up those two
Based on
people
personality.
based
But
on
yeah, but I
personality.
mean it worked out.
But also, like, I think if you play opposite or something that's like opposite of you, I think you learn as an actor, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, because I think you could just expand your horizons. I think they were giving each other tips. Um,
Oh, you had heard that? You had heard that about American Pie?
I think no, I'm just guessing. I think
Oh,
they,
okay.
I think everyone in that cast, I'm pretty sure they're like 100% super close, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to like give each other tips like, oh, like, how should I do this, and just like, I think you should play dirtier. Put your finger up there or something, or I don't know, fucking talking about that shit. I mean, man, we got really sidetracked on that one.
Yeah, my bad. No, but
No, you got
but
yeah, I
you
know
got
what you were
sidetracked
saying.
because Bob Saget, you know,
Yeah,
it depends who you're talking to, what kind of, character. I don't know if description's the right word, but let's say description you would get,
yeah,
um, you know.
yeah, definitely. I think the subversion, um, he really took that to his advantage if you think about it, because he does like speak upon that like in every special or whatever stand up he's in. He's just he brings that up and then he goes on with his jokes because people still have that misbelief like, oh, I'm gonna go see the guy that's on Pool House, and then you go up there and you're just like, what the fuck? Mr. Janet just said fuck and finger up the ass and shit, fuck, pussy ass motherfucker. God damn. And then I think that's what really attracts more people towards him. The fact that they know that now. And it's just like,
Yeah.
this guy's fucking incredible. Did you guys know about this? And then everyone's like, but to be honest, like he's been like that before he got cast in Full House.
Yeah,
and
I'm
American,
sure of it.
And he constantly talks about that like in podcasts and everything. And by the way, I think he has his own. I think he had his own podcast at one point. I'm definitely gonna check it out. But I definitely did listen to a recent episode of Bill Burr podcast. Okay, now I know why I said Bill as opposed to Bert, because I was listening to that podcast, and it sounds very similar. So yeah, he was actually talking about like how I got the picture. He knew Ronnie Dangerfield back in the days when he started in the 80s, and he was actually pretty close to him. And he would always talk about like he was talking about like the way he was like Ronnie was just like a fucking pot smoker, and he started off late and stuff, and then he said that they were actually so fucking close that they actually um built basically sorry, Ronnie basically gave Bob like his weed pipe, and he
Okay.
kept it, and I actually have a picture of it. Like,
So
he was on the podcast and he just
I would send it to me because I can't see that shit.
yeah. Well, I was showing it to the camera. I'll send it to you right now.
Okay.
But that shit was fucking funny as fuck. Just the fact that he even like had that shit. And I mean, that's the thing about like comedians. You actually get close and then, you get to know them personally. And I think to a point where you actually see why they're comedians in the first place. Because I guess what makes some of the best comedians, like it's probably like an argument right here, or a conversation is basically like just trauma, and all the shit that they go through, just like, they not subvert it, but they come from a dark place and just making it to a joke. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah, just the fact that he even had that and he's just like, oh, wow, like, fuck. Like, he had the thing that he loved the most. And, like, you kind of see, like, how close the comedians were, uh, how close they really were. And, it other comedians basically just like um bring forth like their legacy in some sense. You know what I mean? And I think like this community is just like it's one of the most interesting ones. I think that's why people love comedians so much. I mean, when you say,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I was just waiting for a response. Like, I'm this. I'm trying to go deep, and then everyone's just like,
It's like, holy crap! It's about to be 11. 10 p.m. So it's a little late, but I mean, yeah.
it's only been like an hour and a half. No, we kind of started off late, but it's cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess my final word on it is like, it was definitely one of the most unique like comedians out there. And, you know, he played on his subversion, he played on him being America's dad. And he was definitely an interesting guy. And from what it seems like, he seems like a really good guy, to be honest,
Yeah.
and really funny and just he had a lot to say. And I think that's why a lot of people looked up to him and stuff. So, rest in peace, Bob.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Also, he has one of my favorite scenes in movie history, Dumb and Dumber 2.
Hey,
He just
go ahead.
he's just there's a thing that happens and then he's just like there's shit everywhere, and then yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah, me either. And then I saw his filmography. I'm like, wait, who was he? And I'm like, oh, that's right. He's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, remember that.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with his stand up, to be honest with you, or Full House, but I mean I just know of him. I mean, what I'm mostly familiar with is
I met your
him
mother.
as Ted Mosby.
I just don't understand why he had to do the voice for him.
Would you rather really have Ted himself
Yes.
narrate?
Just like a little deeper and a little different. I mean, he's an actor. Like, fucking disguise your voice and make it seem a variant of yourself, you know? But Bob Saget, it just to bring someone else, it's just like it seems a little weird. You know what I
Well,
What?
mean?
But it's
maybe,
from the future. He's like retelling it, so you need like an older voice, anyways.
yeah, or maybe they're. I mean, this is just off the top of my head, but I mean, maybe it's they're playing on the fact that you don't really like you don't really pay attention to your own voice until you hear yourself like on a recording or something. You get me? Like for example, I'm not a fan of my voice. You get me? Um, which is why I never listen to these episodes of Golden Craft or like the one episode of.
Oh, the envy, right? Hoover.
Oh.
Yep.
So yeah, because I don't like listening to my own voice and everything because I know it's not how it's not what I think of as my voice. When I hear, I'm like every time I hear it, it's wait, what? That's me
what I
speaking,
sound-
like you know.
I sound like
So
a
maybe
fucking
they're playing
squirrel.
on that, or I don't know. But I mean, I didn't mind it. So I actually kind of liked it. It didn't bother me.
Wait, what are you referring to? What do
Fox
you like?
Agate in How I Met Your Mother.
No, to me it was a little weird. I don't know.
After a
Just-
while, maybe
I-
maybe towards the end, you're like, okay, especially because they do the old
You
Fred
know,
Mosby.
I
and
was
it's
actually
not-
thinking like, are they gonna do this till the end where he's at this age, and then is it just gonna be like
Bob
the
Saget.
actor, and then it was gonna be Bob Saget's like voice just sinking in with his lips. like like how was that gonna work? I don't know. He was gonna just make a variant out of his voice. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I did, I did like
I mean,
either way. After that, I did like that show, and I do like Bob Saget in it, and obviously that whole cast actually did say their farewells and did say like, oh, like you know, we'll remember him and this and that because wherever he is at, you know, he's gonna make a difference.
yeah. By the way, that was a good ending. How I Met Your Mother. I don't care what anyone says.
All right,
The way that
we'll
wraps
talk
up
about that
was-
later.
But repeat what you said last, because
did I say?
I'm going off.
Oh, you were going a little off tangent.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like How I Met Your Mother and how that was kind of controversial. Like I didn't really like how it was voiced by someone else. Aside from, like the
Yeah.
actor that played Ted.
Okay. I lost my train of thought.
Okay.
But yeah.
I thought it was my final thoughts. I'm just kidding. It's cool.
But yeah.
Cool.
No, we could wrap
Uh,
that up and with that. You
Yeah,
know?
it's cool. I mean, if anything.
Anywho,
Everywhere you are. Everywhere. I actually don't know the words to that fucking song. Because it's so fucking cheesy. Anyways, it's cool. So we're going for round two. I'm gonna get the other beers. So talk amongst yourselves. Talk about your favorite comedians aside from that. Or do you need to pee? You need a break? Do we need a break?
I do, but I mean, I can talk to Hoover for a minute while you get the beers. And I'll
All
go
right, for
pee.
sure.
Why you need to go, Hoover?
I don't mind. Do whatever.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What to talk to Hoover? What to bullshit with Hoover about for longer than what Sergio should be taking with his beers? No, but I mean, yeah, like I'm sure you guys have already picked up on the fact that Hoover and I do not have like the same, we don't agree, on taste when it comes to material in general. You know, me, I when it comes to art in general, or like, even entertainment, not entertainment so much, but mostly like art and comedy. I do look for social and political commentary. There's some comics where I just do not look for that. Bert Kreischer is one of them, because I'm not gonna get it from him, and it rightfully so. Like I shouldn't expect that from him.
Yeah, I can't even think. I don't think he's capable of that. Like,
I mean,
like I don't. I
be
guess.
quite the leap. You get me? But I mean, I would never knock anyone for trying to go to speak on that. You get me?
No, yeah, I'm not. And then
I look for Dave Chappelle for that. You get me?
no, yeah, I'm not saying like he can't do it. I'm just saying like I don't think he even wants to. Like I don't like
No,
I don't.
yeah.
Because like
He's
and
far from it. Yeah.
yeah, because I've never heard him say like, oh, you know what I think about this thing. Like he's always, and if it is, I think maybe because of Joe Rogan, maybe. But like, yeah, Bert Kreischer just doesn't go into that, and I enjoy that because sometimes I just don't need that. Like,
there are times when I don't need that, and that's when go with Bert Kreischer. That's probably the only comic that I don't go for that.
Yeah. Actually, I just thought about a question for you, Eric, as soon as I walked in. Because I know we had conversations between like between movies and TV and what you consider like entertainment and then just art.
Yeah.
And you go with that spectrum going into them. Do you also go with that spectrum in comedians?
Yeah. Again, I'm mostly into art. I'm not so much into entertainment. Like for example, Dave Chappelle to me is an artist.
Yeah.
I would argue Louis C.K. is an artist too.
Yeah, I definitely will put it Louis C.K. as
Whereas Bert Kreischer is more of an entertainer. You get me?
yeah.
That's not a knock on him. It's just different content.
I just thought of something.
I'm
I'm an entertainer. You're nasty.
Okay. A good example is why am I blanking out on this?
Wonder why.
I know if I describe him, you guys are gonna come up with the name, but I it's in the tip of my tongue. Wait,
Just describe him.
Yeah, okay, I like this game. Let's do it. Like, all right, I'm down.
Yeah, I like this game. This is a fun game.
Yeah, come on. Is he
Come on.
tall? Is he handsome? Is he?
I gotta say, all I gotta say is Indian comic.
Indie comic?
Aziz Ansari?
Yes,
I don't know.
it was right on the tip of my tongue. I would have gotten it if I had said that.
And then I only thought of him too because I think he just dropped something on Netflix.
Yeah, he did.
He dropped like a half hour special. I saw it. It was pretty good. That he's a good example because I think in his earlier stuff, I would describe him as an entertainer. His last two specials, which is this one, Nightclub Comedian, I think it's called, and what's the one before that, Hoover?
It's like is it the black and white one? No, does he have a black and white one?
Yeah,
it's like in a bare stage, right? It's just like him like on a bare stage
with a Metallica t-shirt.
Yeah, something like that. I want to say maybe right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, that one. They're more like that. Those two specials are like art. You get me? Like they have more substance to them. Like they make you think more, and like you see more maturity. Which I like more than his earlier stuff. I like his earlier stuff, but again, that's just entertainment. That's just something I'll play to take my mind off.
I feel like I want to still play on this, but I think it's time for another beer.
Actually, Hoover and I gotta go.
Yeah.
So
Do you?
Wait. Do your beer first.
Not go, like go.
Oh, go pee.
Yeah.
Okay, go pee. Everything. I'll talk to Hoover about this thing. Well, okay. I'll go for him, and then when you get back, we'll keep talking about it.
Okay.
Okay. So, I feel like just like not the start of it, but I could think of two people that are in between art and entertainment, just like in olden days of like comic, not the olden days. I shouldn't say that.
The olden days.
I fucking hate saying that, even though it was like I'm referring to the 80s. But the one that I'm thinking about with more social commentary, just art, is like someone like George Carlin, and someone that's more entertaining is like Kinison, Sam Kinison, because I feel Sam Kinison was more like fun and just outrageous and stuff. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with his work.
Barely at all.
Yeah.
Like I recognize the names, but if you tell me to say anything, like I have no idea.
Yeah, because I kind of I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat, but I know he's like someone that's like more outrageous and just more like um more there for like the shock value of it all, and just being completely like a fucking maniac as opposed to George Carlin. And he makes commentary and makes you really think. And I feel like he's more of the comedian that's just like, okay, he's more of um the type of guy that makes you think, really. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know how familiar you are with George Carlin.
Not too much, just the name.
Just the name. Oh, you at least you heard him.
Yeah.
That guy was actually pretty funny. You ever seen uh uh what's that Silent Jane Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
Ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know the guy that was hitchhiking, and then you give him the tips like, oh, like if you want to get a ride, you have to like give him a fucking blowjob or whatnot. And then the next thing you know, he gets on the truck, he opens his mouth, it just goes down on the fucking guy. That's George Carlin. I actually heard a fucking really funny commentary when he was making that movie, and it was just like overthinking about something that he was talking to Kevin Smith about. And then Kevin Smith is just like, wow, I did not expect a guy like George Carlin to overthink and, ask me things as a director to go about his character. And he was only in it for like 30 seconds, you know? That kind of shows you like what type of guy he is.
And I want to say he's like that hippie van in Cars.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I actually forgot about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say I didn't know that, but then I was like, wait, I actually read up on that. And I actually knew about that. Wait, I got to make sure. Can you make sure? Are you looking it up?
Oh no, yeah, that's how I know. It's because I'm trying to think like if I've seen him, because I also forgot about Bob Saget's Dumb and Dumber bit. So I'm trying to see if yeah, he was the hippie car in Cars.
Oh, you confirmed that?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because he died like in like the mid 2000s, so I was kind of iffy about that. I was like,
Also, I think he plays Rufus in all the Bill and Ted's. I think. Yeah.
No, yeah, he does. He does. I remember that. He was just like that. He was like the guide for them. I remember that. Fuck. I always forgot about that. I was just like, oh shit. Because he just comes in the beginning and he's just like very polite and stuff. And I was just like, fuck, I forgot he was in this. But yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. But I think I only heard about them is because like a lot of podcasts is like I mean it's kind of overrated, but like Joe Rogan, him having to talk about Carlin and fucking Kennison and stuff. And yeah, he just puts them in like a high regard and stuff. It's like, fuck. I think we should do that. Like, just look into like comedians before like the ones that we know, or the ones that are inspired by the ones that we know. You know, definitely.
But yeah, I think Eric's back, so he's gonna tag me out. And just about, he's taking his sweet ass time.
Gotta go.
Start doing the show the water, man. Just...
And I'm gone.
All right.
You gotta go.
Wait, Hoover, you gotta catch me up.
Actually, I was
What were you guys
okay. This is my version. I guess this is your version. So I was just talking about like comedians before this one. The two that I think about that are in the spectrum between art and entertainment.
Pause real quick. Where's my beer? Okay, sorry.
Art and entertainment. Wait for me.
No,
Go
I know.
ahead.
I just wanna.
Before art and entertainment, I would say back in the 80s, in the 80s settings. For art, I would say like George Carlin.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's one comic that everyone would always recommend, especially I come from a theater background. Um, and like I would meet older people from theater. I mean, we're not comics or anything, but a lot of us do, you know, um, do are fans of comedy. You get me?
Hmm.
Stand up comedy. And a lot of like the older heads that were like maybe even 5 years older than I or more. They would always recommend him.
Yeah, I definitely get that from older cats.
They would always recommend it. I mean, I checked them out and I was like, this is entertaining and it's like I'm captivated,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say it's that hilarious, But,
yeah. But
it
he's
is
just
art. It is
yeah.
art,
He definitely gives you on that spectrum to actually thinking what he's actually saying. What I was gonna say on the other spectrum with entertainment,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sam Kinison.
Sam Kennison. I know who you're
You know
talking
the
about,
name,
but
but
yeah, I haven't checked them out.
yeah, I think it will be more entertainment
Yeah.
as that part. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. If you were to watch this comic, I seen some part of it, and I would have to say like yeah, he's more entertainment because he's just outrageous, just very loud, not obnoxious, just very wild and loud. So let's just go on the next beer. This is fucking New Glory Brewing Company called. Uh, do you ever
Do you even?
do you ever Mosaic, bro?
Do you even?
Do you even Mosaic, bro? What did I say, Eric?
Do you ever?
Do you even? Yeah,
You said do you even?
I have no idea. I'm gonna look back at this. I'm gonna look like a jackass, but yeah, either.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I'm just gonna give it a well.
And then you pour a.
Yeah,
No.
you guys don't get the instinct to like shake
No,
hands and stuff.
no, because I
No.
know it's gonna get all.
Is it your instinct? Because like in some drinks you gotta shake it before
Yeah,
drinking.
like nectar juices and all that. Yeah,
I always forget to, anyways.
Yeah.
you do. You don't see
Yeah,
the difference.
I kind of do, but like sometimes I do, and then I'm like, oh crap. I kind of put my thumb over it if it's a can, just kind of shake it like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know why, but I fucked up. And then Eric, you actually did a perfect pour.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, I was at a wedding once, and I poured, I don't know, I think it was champagne or something for like everyone, and like one of my tias was just like looking at me because I didn't, there's a way to pour, stuff like that,
Mhm.
soda or like beer or like alcoholic drinks, gassy drinks and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
Carbonated drinks.
yeah, there you go. Thank you. And I was doing it wrong. She was just like, Eric, what are you doing? I'm like, what? That's not how you pour stuff. And ever since then, like, I don't know, that kind of
Yeah, I
traumatized
kind of
me.
got the same thing too. I got that from my best friend's older sister, where I just poured the beer and she's like, no, stop. This is how you do it. And then she showed me, and then I've been doing it ever since. I was just like, oh, fuck.
You didn't do it today.
No, that wasn't today. Today, I don't know what happened today, but
Okay, is it still foamy at the top?
yeah.
My
Mine
friend,
is a little bit. Can you see it?
a little bit.
It's actually a better
No,
pour.
I see his is a better pour, but I see the foam on yours. My friend taught me like a gross trick, but I'm like, I thought it was still cool. So what he did to get rid of that foam, is he got the oil from his nose and just put it on top of the foam, and you don't even have to put your finger in it. You just kind of just tap it, and it starts start going away on its own.
I just blow on it.
Yeah, you could do that too. Just or I actually kind of like the foam. I don't know. I feel like that's my foam.
The foams will get you fatter.
That's fine. I don't think it'll make a difference, Sergio.
Oh, I mean, if you pour it fast, the carbonation is like what makes you gain weight a little bit more. That's what they say. Like, oh, you have to like pour it slowly. Either way, I kind of need the weight. So here, cheers to the craft. Cheers
Cheers. Oh, I got a second water bottle. So yeah.
with vodka.
No, this time it's water bottle. It's I don't even have not your father's ibuprofen. I got this can of Febreze if I want to.
Oh shit, me
make
too.
it scented.
Dude, you want a match? Look at that.
What you got? I got wood.
I got fucking honeysuckle.
Okay. I have another one that's pumpkin. I don't know.
Pumpkin, I feel this is too strong, but I think it's the spice.
No, I like it though. I don't know. I kind of like that spice.
I think I like it more like towards the autumn season. I don't know. I guess, but
another IPA.
honeysuckle is yeah, I think it is. Honeysuckle is like not my favorite, but it does the job. What kind of notes are you getting from there?
Mainly that it's an IPA. Again, I don't drink too much, so like especially after another IPA, it's like
What's the difference?
Better, I would say.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the difference between our last beer. This is actually less bitter. It's more maltiness in this one.
Yeah.
Still, Hoover, you would not like this.
Yeah, I don't
think
but you would have an easier time with this.
Yeah, I think you would have a little bit more of an easier time with this because it's just a little bit more smoother.
Also, it is a little colder.
The aftertaste is much more maltier and stuff, so you'll taste that in your taste buds afterwards. First, it's just smooth, and then it's like malty. I like the smell of it.
If we do another in person, can we have margaritas?
Yeah, we're starting to do cocktails.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely do that for you.
Could have done that today, but
no,
they already picked out.
No,
I'm like, what are you complaining about? You're drinking the beers, man. You don't like these beers?
No.
He's like, no, okay.
As long as it's free.
As long as it's free, I'm cool. But yeah, we're actually incorporating more cocktails into this. I'm actually attending bartending school, and Manny's just getting more into cocktails, so we're just like kind of matching. We're like all experimenting on different things. So yeah, we'll make margaritas in the summer.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. What's your favorite margarita? Is there
everything except for original. For some reason, I don't know.
I don't consider any margarita original.
No, it's like the
lime, strawberry, orange, or
no, yeah, it's like I think the original is like lime or whatever.
Oh, you don't like lime?
It depends where I get it from, because sometimes they just do it really bad and.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it depends. It depends.
It really does depend on that.
I mean, I love micheladas, but I've gotten micheladas from like some places, and it's like, yeah, never again.
Yeah. I do, however, I like Corona Ritas. Those are cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Damn.
So, I mean, this beer is freaking cool. I mean, too bad, Hoover, but definitely I will make you a margarita in the future.
Hell yeah. All right.
And I guess it's time for our second round of this. So, do you want to go the same rotation? Starting off with you, Hoover?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
This next comedian, I kind of cheated. I haven't looked at
I like it big. Yeah.
At much of his stand up, because just what he everything else he does is like more interesting to me. But he's still a comedian. I'm talking about my main man Bobby Lee, Nosotros. Yeah. His podcast is probably just like my favorite podcast. Just like.
I'm gonna ask you this, Hoover.
hmm
Have you ever seen Mad TV?
Oh no, hell yeah! That's where I first saw him. I was gonna get to that. No, between him and Key and Peele, like, because Key and Peele already had that chemistry on Mad TV. If people don't remember,
They're
And
the
then-
only black guys in that cast. So,
yeah, and then between them, Bobby Lee and Michael McDonald, they made my Saturday nights. I didn't even pay attention to SNL.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
And-
that SNL.
Yeah. And then I look at SNL, I was like, oh, this is what I've been missing. All right. I mean, just like, my favorite skit of Bobby Lee is the blind kung fu master. Just sometimes I'm randomly walking through my house and like, I'm the blind kung fu master, and it just just
What a fucking play that. All right, keep going.
no, yeah, he's just a foo, and then in his podcast, I think he just like lets his like guests shine. Like he doesn't. I don't think he really talks over them.
Is that a dig at Golden Craft?
No, no, never.
I'm the shit.
I'm just kind of glad Manny's not here. That's all I'm saying. Nah, okay. Just I'm kidding, Manny.
We're kidding.
No, but no, I think he's just a really good host, and I think every guest he has like really good chemistry with. I don't think there's been like an awkward like interview.
Yeah, I
wanna
get
say.
it. Yeah, I think I definitely listen and watch to that. Eric, would you say the same? I know we talked
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, I catch Tiger Belly. That one and Brilliant Idiots are the ones I follow weekly.
Yeah, Bad Friends.
Yeah, no.
Which-
Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz. It's another podcast, but
Yeah, it's
those
another
are the
podcast.
two. Those are the two podcasts that I follow weekly.
Oh, okay.
Bad Friends, I've caught a few episodes.
Yeah, same.
But
I'm more of a Tiger Belly fan. to be
yeah,
honest. Yeah.
I get enough Bobby Lee with Tiger Belly, to be honest with you. Not to hate on Bad Friends or anything, but it's just
No, I just like another. I like Bad Friends as well. I was like, first I was like, I just like Tiger Belly, but then I because Santino is just like another thing, like him. It's kind of like they actually play like straight man,
Yeah.
and then like Andrew Santino just knows how to press Bobby Lee's buttons and everything, and it's just like a perfect combination of things. And then because Bobby Lee's kind of like a hothead.
Yeah.
And then like Santino just knows how to like press his buttons, and
Yeah, because he knows them best, so it's like
yeah,
I feel like that's where the chemistry like really falls, not falls through, but it goes through, and that's what really makes the show. But I mean, I think it's just like Bobby's personality that just really sells it.
yeah,
You see it in both shows, especially Tiger Belly, and you get to see like the real him sometimes. You get like a little bleak, like when he gets mad or upset, you kind of see like a little bit of his insecurity and stuff, and he's just like and I think the best episodes is when he shows his true self, to be honest. You know what I mean?
yeah. When you get another layer of Bobby Lee, yeah,
Yeah. I'm speaking more specifically like I think it was his 500 episode. He got like another Asian
I want to say it's 300.
was it 300? Oh, sorry. I think I'm thinking about Bert. What's his name?
David Cho.
Yes. I was thinking about the Cho show, and I was like, a guy from the Cho show. Him, and then last minute was like Stephen Young,
Yeah,
and he was a big star. And I feel like that was such a good episode because he knows him so best, and he presses buttons, and he's trying to show like how good of a friend he is, but also how shitty of a friend he is. And I was just like, when you get that kind of like chemistry, it's just like it's fucking gold.
and then you kind of because like sometimes you forget like Bobby Lee because like Bobby Lee sells himself so low that you kind of forget like oh he's a low tier comic, but like everyone in everyone's eyes he's like top tier.
Yeah.
And then it's like a common thing with his guests too. Is just that how come you haven't released anything? How come you never released? You're fucking goated, dude. Like what? Why
He's
is it?
like, I'll be going out.
Just
You
he's
know,
like, I got a
I
lot of
like
shit.
his
On my,
little
yeah.
outbursts. His little outbursts is what sells the show. He's just like, it's like, how are you gonna introduce me? Mispronounce my name. Bobby Ree. It's Bobby Lee. He does that outburst, and I'm just like, I fucking love him when he's like at that fucking level right there.
No, and then I feel like I've picked up a lot from him
Yeah, same.
because
Like
I've
his outbursts.
or I yeah or like all of a sudden I also start saying yeah like, and then I don't know, I feel like okay, again, like him and Bert Kreischer, I feel like I relate to a lot. I'm not as extreme as them, but at some point, like a thought process and like mindset, I would say like we're alike. Like I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I definitely get it because it's just like he's coming at you like at a real level. He doesn't hide the fact that, you know, again, he definitely has a dark side. He definitely like mentions his abuse and how hard he has it like when he was a kid. So, and again, there's an attraction towards that and what makes a comedian. And I think that's what really sells him to him as like as personally personality wise, you know what I mean? He's just like this is who he really is.
Yeah, and like also like I've I've been wanting to see him stand up because like how he is, and I've seen like
Yeah,
clips on YouTube. I'm like,
yeah,
he's
I
like
see it too.
he's just a totally different character. Like
Yeah, like did you watch the one where this is not happening? There's like a this is not happening,
yeah,
and he tells a story. It's funny, but it's just not what I expected. Like from
because
just based on the podcast.
yeah, because his podcast storytelling is like off the. I think he's like just one of the best ones. And then to see
Yeah,
his stand up, like, but you do it really good at this other part. It doesn't like I don't know. And then but then you hear a comedian's like, no, dude, your stand up is like awesome, like Butman. So like, I'm not getting something. Maybe I got to go live. But yeah, like. But besides that, like everything else he's done, like Mad TV, his podcast, like he's just really funny to me,
yeah.
and that and then you always hear like, oh, not every comedian can do podcast, and to have Bobby Lee just excel at that,
He like really fucking kills it.
yeah,
Damn. Um, the way that I see, this is just something that I picked up. Um, the way that everyone sees like Bobby Lee is like this guy that they know from back in the days, and say like, dude, you actually did make a difference. And even though like you're still doing comedy, and that's actually very honorable, and it's still like something that's like very inspirational even at this point. And for him to feel insecure is kind of valid in some sense. And when people do bring him up with like Matt TV and all that, it's just like kind of it's pretty inspirational because like in some sense he still got it, and he does. Like he's still the fucking man. He's from Matt TV, and then he's still doing like stand up. He may not be doing like that big show that he did back in the days, but he's still doing little things. Like, oh, did you see him in like Hawaii? Yeah, like Hawaii 5 or like fucking he was in Pineapple Express for God's sakes. Like really funny ass comedy. He was just like he just knows where to place himself, and he still brings like the gold that we know him from. And then it's like, you recognize him right away. It's just like, is that Bobby Lee? Oh shit, dog, what the fuck? And you still got that shit from him. So the way that I see it is just like, he's the old gunslinger, and he knows what's up. And he's still consistent in his work.
yeah. And what I like about like he's kind of said it a couple of times, just like he doesn't care as long as he likes it. He doesn't pick like projects that'll bring him like money for sure,
Yeah.
because he just doesn't like it. I'm like I kind of want to be that kind of dude. Just I mean, I don't think anyone could do that in the beginning because you need every job. But like, I want to get to that point where I'm like, I could pick passion projects, or I could pick this like 5 minute thing because I want to be a part of this movie or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, just little things. Just if he keeps going at it, like he's still on a good track. If anything, I mean, did you guys see Reservation Dogs?
no, but I know he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it.
Uh,
Bill Burr's in it. He's pretty funny, and he actually had like the producer, creator, director on it, and he's actually a big fan of Bobby Lee's, and he actually put a line in there saying that Bobby Lee's character is from San Diego, which he is, and he's just like, oh, there's other people that are still looking up to him and stuff. So it's just like, oh, dang. Like to think like this guy's kind of insecure a little bit. Uh, when you actually see his guests, it's just like, oh, there's appreciation right there. You're sending at him, and it's hella cool. I mean,
And that's why he's not. That's why he's my dad. Not kidding.
is he your dad? I thought you were black. I didn't think you were Asian. Who was just like,
I had a couple of jokes in mind, but I reserved them because, yeah, I don't want to get canceled. Just like,
when I have a after episode, if you guys want to go. I'm just kidding.
sure, whatever.
Like last time, remember?
Oh yeah, our after hours
Our
Twitch
after
special.
hours episode, and I was like, oh, like, we're actually not really streaming right now, but I mean,
Oh damn.
that's cool.
All right.
I mean, aside from all that, it's just, I don't know, it's pretty interesting that he's just still relevant. And I just remember him in Matt TV, just like being the only Asian guy in that fucking cast. And he was just so fucking funny. And I just remember, hot dog.
But yeah.
And like when it comes to like comedy, like back in the days and what they thought was funny, but nowadays they find offensive, it's just like playing on that fucking Asian caricature. And he did play it. And I like how like in some of the podcasts that he's actually like confessed or uh uh said he actually doesn't like do Asian caricatures anymore because he just questions it, which he should. And I think he had like past in his past episodes he had like Asian guests, and he would tell that story, and they would say like, yeah, bro, like it's hard to be like an Asian actor, comedian, or whatever in like the entertainment business, and they always say like, dude, you're to the forefront. Like you're an inspiration to all of us because you're the first Asian to be in a comedian skit show like Matt TV, and be witnessed by like all these people of all different races, and then the Asian community is like, oh, like there's one of us right there. You know what I mean? So I mean, when it comes to diversity, I actually like fucking respect that shit. Of course, we're all POCs in this podcast, and diversity.
Speak for yourselves.
Shut the fuck up. I'm only this because you know what? I'm not gonna say this. Only off air, I will say this.
All right. Bet. No, but yeah. Bobby Lee, pretty cool guy.
Yeah, really cool guy. Super hot girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, looks good for 50. Although he has.
I was so surprised it was 50. I was just like, damn, really? And I was just like, he's the man. He doesn't even act like 50. That's the thing.
I wish I had his confidence. I'm not gonna lie.
He's pretty
Yeah.
confident.
He's pretty
Yeah,
confident.
He is.
I think it's because like the more we speak about him like this, it just brings confidence. I mean, I don't want to ruin the magic, but Bobby Lee, you're the man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't
It's
know.
true. Everything we're saying is true.
Yeah. Because I mean, his girlfriend has mentioned how that's what she finds attractive about him.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah.
Just the fact that he
Good
has
example.
insecurities, but also you could act confident. It's just like, I mean, that's basically every person in this earth. Just like, you just gotta find that balance of when to act up and also acknowledging your flaws. And I think that's what makes everyone relatable. You know what I mean? It's just like that's the relatable fact out of it all.
He kind of reminds me of you, Hoover.
Why?
No, it's just the shit that, like, I know, like, so there's some shit that you do, like, I don't know, like you're dancing. You get me? Like we're
Okay.
like confident about it, but like it's like it's a joke that you're in on. Also, you get
That
me?
I'm bad at it, but I'm also like very confident in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been told I'm a good dancer. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you guys watching? What are you guys watching? I just have the confidence. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go balls out. And then Aaron's like, oh, you're really good. You should. I'm like, have you taken classes? Classes.
This is how I really am. This is natural talent right here.
Recently, I saw you post some shit about yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, go for the fucking yoga. That makes you a better
Did
dancer.
you see that? Did you see him post that shit? Like
Do that, but I'm glad I know about it.
yeah, like he did like this post like legit like him doing yoga, but it's just the fact that I know it's Hoover is just so fucking hilarious.
Wait, was that a joke or were you doing it for reals?
Oh, no. I had to do it for a class. And then I had to upload it because I can't. It was too big of a file because I had to do a yoga exercise. It was like a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
And then but it's unlisted on my account. And then I'm like, I was looking through my videos and I'm like, why do I still have this shit? And then I just wanted, I'm too embarrassed to show it because I'm not that confident. But I'm like, I just told everyone like, hey, I'm never gonna release this video. And then I only showed one picture of my yoga pose. And then I'm like, that's all you're getting. That's all.
Is it on
It's
Instagram?
like
It was in my story.
It's like a yoga. Yeah, it's on story.
Wait, did you save it?
Yeah, I could probably send it to you somewhere, but
Shit was funny. It's funny because like he's not like all into it, and like he's all like zen.
It doesn't.
Like,
It doesn't. Face expression. He's just like, no, stop.
no, and then I know how to make fun of myself too, so I made myself into a meme. I made it like I'm right next to Little Mermaid on the little rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit, that's just fucking funny. Yeah.
That's actually an interesting thing you said, that you're able to make fun of yourself. Actually, I think from what I heard, people that are not American actually appreciate like American comedic comedy, having to acknowledge like you have a flaw, or you're able to make fun of yourselves, and that's a good thing. Aside from like the other people that are non-American, they're kind of uptight and wish they can be that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was an American thing. Maybe it is.
Yeah, no, I think I'm being convinced that it is an American thing. Oh shit.
I know
Glad
who
to
does
watch
it. Like,
Bro, you're
Perfectly.
definitely a funny guy.
Yeah.
I would say that.
yeah,
love that shit.
definitely.
No, but then and then I know I keep saying I relate to these guys. It's like those kinds of way. I'm not embarrassed to be embarrassed. Like I don't know, just like if anything, I like kind of
You
being.
got no
embarrassed.
shame. You are what you are, and then you make a joke out of it. And
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's an embarrassing moment, but also it's a fucking hilarious story to tell. Like, like, oh shit, my pants. Like, come on, you don't want to hear that story, like. And I forgot. There's a bunch of comedians that probably said this, but there's like someone that says like, if you can't like laugh at yourself, then I don't know. Like,
I heard that quote too.
Yeah.
What's the end of that quote?
I have no idea. That's the only thing I got from.
Damn it, we gotta find that. That's gonna be our mission at the end of the night. Holy shit, another sidetrack.
Yeah. But and then I was gonna say my final notes. I don't know if you guys want to keep talking about Bobby Lee, but
Good.
I'll just say that the funniest skit I've ever seen with Bobby Lee is it's like they're doing 24, like the old show 24, but it's with John Cena.
Sorry, the old show 24.
Yeah, that old Fox TV show.
From olden times.
From the olden times, of the 2000s.
Yeah, that show. They're doing a 24-bit with John Cena. That's like the. I thought because you grow out of things. That's one of the few things that I'm like, no, that's still funny. I don't care. Like, and then John Cena was like the height of his popularity at that point. I want to say so. Well,
TV.
Kind of is.
right now he's still pretty popular, but yeah, he was
He's-
like the
yeah.
he was a champ back then and everything. He had the spinner belt. Yeah.
Yeah. You suck.
Kurt
you
Angle.
suck.
Wait, he did.
Wait,
he
that was
did
Kurt
Mad
Angle.
TV?
I'm sorry.
John Cena. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I recommend that skit. I don't know. I find it funny. You might not find it funny because we have different tastes, but funniest skit I've seen with Bobby Lee.
I don't know. I love Mad TV. I miss Mad TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Dude.
my god. That's it. We could go
The
on a
fun-
whole fucking episode.
Yeah,
On this.
Yeah.
The funniest
That's-
thing on there that I just love to this day is the coach.
Coach Hines.
Key. Yeah.
Yeah, why? That's like the funniest thing, dude. Like,
That is
yeah.
The funniest thing, especially his physical posture, is just what sells it. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something.
Hey, you know he based it off some fucking real coach. I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm not doubting that. I bet. Yeah. Fucking A. I mean, probably you the shit.
Yeah. Oh, and I remember where I got the quote from, but I can't remember the exact quote. It's from Conan, because I think he goes to Mexico and he's like, I just like making people laugh or something.
Really?
Yeah, Conan. Oh, another great comedian. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
He has some fucking chops on him. Like seriously.
Let me just say this. Let me defend myself for 1 minute.
yeah.
That's something you always say. I love that shit.
Oh wait, Bobby Lee.
Yes.
Oh no, yeah. Just like, can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Can I say something? Can I say something? Let me defend myself for 1 minute.
But when I go to the bathroom, I go to be alone with my thoughts, and then I don't know. He just goes on a fucking tangent. But yeah, Bobby Lee. To Bobby Lee. Cheers.
Probably.
Cat.
So good. I love him. I love
Yeah.
him, man.
That's my end. That ends my turn.
Oh, play a track.
I put my card in defensive mode and I end my turn.
Put it on ludicrous mode.
Wow. Okay. Second comedian. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna go with a female comic, either Sarah Silverman or Michelle Wolf. But to be honest with you, like I can only really speak on the last specials that I've seen from them. Sarah Silverman, A Speck of Dust on Netflix. I would strongly recommend that. That's really good. Also Michelle Wolf, her Netflix special, Joke Show. Watch that. Also recently, like sometimes, especially at work, like I try to find for content that's just audio because like I can get away with it at work. And it makes the day go by faster. You get me? So I checked out some other like comedic album from Michelle Wolf called Nice Lady. It was pretty good. I gotta check it out again.
Yeah.
I also checked out some of Mark Norman's comedy albums. The earliest one on Apple Music was I forget what it's called. I'll look for it right now. But yeah, that one's pretty good too. But I was
I
gonna
can
go
look
with
for it.
them.
I could look for it. It's cool.
I was gonna go with them, but to be honest with you, like I feel like I haven't seen enough content to really dive deeply into them. So I'm just gonna go with a comic that I mentioned earlier, even though I couldn't think of his name. Aziz Ansari. Have you guys covered him before?
No, we haven't covered him.
Okay.
Manny's a fan of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Manny's not here, so
Damn.
Just saying. All right.
nah, I'm fucking with you, Manny. I'm fucking with you.
You just call me Manny.
No, no, no. I'm saying.
I'm like, I'm
just-
fucking with you, Manny.
No.
You
I'm
In
saying-
spirit, we're fucking with Manny. That's what he's trying to say.
We were fucking Manny. Shout
Yeah.
out to Manny.
Through the force, we're fucking with man.
Ew. Through the force.
Through the back door, we're fucking Manny. I mean, fucking with, totally different.
I said fucking with. I never said
different.
fucking many.
Totally different context. I will
Yeah.
defend. I will defend.
Yeah.
Honestly, he will.
It's like chorizo con huevo. Like, you know,
What?
don't worry about it. It's a.
Huevo, but
I'll
it's
explain
huevo
later.
con chorizo.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
I don't like either. I never liked chorizo con huevo. I like chorizo and I like huevo, but like
You like it
eggs, like-
separate?
yeah, I never liked it together. The only times I've liked it together was with soy chorizo. Soy chorizo is really good.
Yeah, so chorizo is pretty good.
It's just different.
I think I like it better than chorizo. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Really?
Same.
It tastes like less greasy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's less
definitely.
greasy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that
for
way.
sure it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It is.
I'll definitely check it out. Yeah.
I definitely can't eat them separate, so I gotta have them combined because I don't like egg at all. But that's a conversation for another podcast. Aziz, I'm sorry.
Season, sorry. Yeah, definitely. I think I spoken on him earlier how he's evolved, like he's more mature and like his new material is just like different. It's almost like a different comedian, like a different artist. Arguably, he was an entertainer before, and now he's more of an artist. Like we all know about his
That whole
relatively recent, allegations and
controversy.
whatnot.
Yeah, the controversy behind it.
Yeah, I'm sure
Honestly, I
that
never actually believed that, to be honest.
I believed it, but it's just he's human, like the rest of us.
I think it was.
You get me? Like I'm
yeah,
sure if we
I
all
have my-
make it,
I-
there's
yeah, I
stuff
have my
out
own
there
thoughts
about
about
us.
it. Yeah, I have my own thoughts about it. I think it's just like some sort of like not to sound controversial, but I think there's an altercation between like the accuser and then him. I feel like it's just there's something messy around there, and it's just like since this is a Me Too movement, some things have been like kind of muddled around and stuff, and which is hard because all comedians are actually going through that because they're not in the right light right now. Well, I don't want to say right light, but not a lot of people in the entertainment business will want to have them associatively.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping we're kind of seeing the end of some of that. I mean, some of it was good.
Hopefully,
I'm not. I like. Probably a good chunk of it was good, but I mean, like for example, the recent, stuff that they've been coming, at Dave Chappelle for. It's just personally, I don't agree with. You get me?
there's always something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if you pay close attention to it, it's just you can see where the artist is coming from. As far as the season sorry stuff, like I mean, again, he's human and his position always seemed apologetic. So I mean, it's not like, oh, just push it off, I don't care, but
Yeah.
I mean he's definitely grown from it.
Yeah.
You
Talking
can
about,
see that.
Yeah, talking about growth. Would you say like he's in the same steps as like Dave Chappelle? Because I definitely see Dave Chappelle like kind of being like a little bit immature in his early comedy, but actually grew into much more into artistic aspect of it all.
Yeah, but
But it's just a little. I know it's gonna be a little bit different.
no, yeah, I mean, no one's the same, especially when it comes to. I mean, no one should be when it comes to art, but yeah, but with Dave Chappelle, it was just a whole. I feel like with sorry, it was like a wake up call, like
Yeah.
he got close to the edge and everything, and like he he luckily like his breaks, like he his brakes worked at the end. You get me?
Yeah.
And he just, I don't know if that metaphor works or whatever.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
get me?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle was more like, he hit the brakes and he stood there for a good minute. And to be honest with you, I like when he came back, like it even took me a minute to go check out his stuff at Netflix. Because his stuff at Netflix came out, I think the earliest one was like 2016 and the other one was like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
And
right.
I remember thinking, I remember asking people, including you, who were like, should I check it out? Like, should I check out the new Dave Chappelle? And I think you would tell me, yeah, I mean, it's all right. You're like, yeah, I like it. But I think you said that because you tend not to oversell stuff.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah.
Yeah, you get me? Because if you would have told me, oh, dude, you gotta check it out, blah, blah, like you would have like hyped me up to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's good, but like, come on,
Yeah.
over. But
That sounds about right.
no, which I mean, I get like in rightful, and I'm thankful for, you get me? Because when I checked them out, I was like, oh, holy crap, okay, they should feel like he still got it, you get me? He's still funny. It's different. And I remember I used to tell you, Hoover, I kind of liked his earlier stuff better, but recently I've come around to his new stuff. Like it's just like I like it more. I like it more than his early stuff. I like his early stuff better. I mean, more. I mean, not more. Still, but his latest stuff, it's pretty good, and not only that, but it makes you think. You get me? Like after watching the special,
Yeah.
it makes you rewatch it. I mean, I still rewatch his old stuff, like Killing Them Softly, and what's the other one? Killing Them Softly, and
To be honest, I watched Killing Them Softly, but the other one, I know what you're talking about. I just blanking on it. I
you
know-
remember Hoover?
I could look it up right now, but right now I'm also blanking out. Just
I remember it was on DC. It was in Home Turf.
I want to say it's For What It's Worth. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's For
there
What
you
It's
go.
Worth.
Yeah.
There you go. Checking those. Yeah, because I mean, that was high school right there. Like, you hear me?
No, say
Um,
I can't get enough of Sesame Street.
yeah, yeah, that bit was funny.
That's who
I
image.
love.
That's,
I think.
that's
I think.
early. That's fucking
Yeah, that's early, and I think my favorite bit from that Dave Chappelle was probably when he was like, wouldn't it be funny if the cure for AIDS or for cancer was
Oh,
was
no.
Michael Jackson.
Not-
You know what? I'm gonna stop it right there. I thought we were talking
Erik.
about peace.
yeah.
My bad. We went to Dave Chappelle and my bad. But on season, yeah,
That's
you
cool.
you can definitely see the growth from,
I
and
was
it comes from I believe that it comes from coming close to getting canceled and like losing everything. I think he speaks on it on his special right now.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to make something that I just thought about. Do you think? I know for a fact he's very inspired by Chappelle, especially someone that's been a POC. But also, like, if Aziz were to play on that, do you think it was a little too close to the sun, being POC, and he thinks he could get away with half the shit he would say?
elaborate on that.
So, I know he's kind of like a little bit racy with his comedy. Do you think it was kind of playing on that a little bit too hard on his specials?
His early specials.
Well, actually, the specials like up to recent, or you could also talk about like the early specials as well. I know it's a lot to think
I'm not. No. It's just I'm not quite understanding your. Because Hoover, do you get what he's asking?
That it might you know what, sir, just say, because I don't want to spend more time trying to explain it and you're like, no, that's not what it is. So Sergio, you do you want to try again, or
I could try again. Okay, so just like based on like because Dave Chappelle has been kind of racy only because he's been president of PLC.
Okay.
Do
I
you think like Saziz is kind of like riding on that same wave that's why he's a little racy on his comedy, and that's why it's like okay, all this controversy has been kind of coming up because everyone's just trying to like
yeah, to be like edgy and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, okay, yeah. I don't think so. I mean, did you see the
I
one
didn't
that
see his
the-
latest special. It's definitely something to check out.
What's that?
Oh, something
And, right?
it's on my end. It's on my end. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I kind of thought.
I thought it was like
No, he's on his end.
My arm was falling off. Not my actual arm. My
You know what we get? We're all podcasters here. You know what? Actually,
Yeah, okay, but I don't know. I feel like everyone's gonna be like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Just like,
no, we're not gonna be like that, bro.
I don't know, man. Tell me that
no,
in the first 30
We're
minutes.
using arms right here. This is our arms right here.
No, if you see his latest special, he doesn't really. I mean, I only saw it once, and it was recently. And I'm sorry, but I've been sleep deprived because of work, so I just cut it real quick. But I
We all
mean,
are.
yeah, I am. No, I wouldn't say so. Like, I don't think he, like you're saying, like those, like, is he being edgy to hit a nerve, right?
He's,
get a reaction,
no, he's
right?
just being edgy to progress as a comedian. Do you think he's like kind of doing that, playing on that, the same way that Dave Chappelle is? That was my initial question. To be honest,
I don't know, and I don't know if I agree with the fact that Dave Chappelle's doing that to grow. I think
he's doing that to. You know what? We'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah,
because we're gonna go on another
Dave Chappelle,
Chappelle
you hit that subject, and like it's like a whole another, kind of worms. Yeah,
We'll talk
but
about that later.
so no, I mean, I don't think he's being too edgy. I think he's just being more socially conscious and more more
Wait,
socially
would you
conscious.
say
he's more-
Would you say he's more progressive? Because I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with his work.
Is he
What?
sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is he? Would you say he's more progressive in some sense?
It's
Less
just
racy?
he's okay, like the thing about sorry, like his earlier stuff. Okay, pause real quick. Hoover, you're familiar with his early stuff, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I kind of get what I get what you're saying because I do remember I'm like, oh, I like this stuff, and that was like the dumber me, so the like less enlightened me, so like I would just like it because it was just as dumb as I was. But then I remember seeing his Bear Stage show. I'm like, oh, this is completely different comedian.
Yeah. Okay. So his earlier stuff was more like seeing. I don't know if this is the right term, and I hate using this term because it might offend people and stuff. But it was more like seeing like a man child on stage, like his
Okay,
jokes
yeah.
and like this and that. Whereas you don't really see that in his latest stuff. In his latest stuff, he talks about like adult stuff. You get me? And like the stuff that we struggle with, and like he still has like that charismatic that charisma that we
Okay,
get from
yeah.
children.
Now
stuff.
I know what. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
you
I know
get
what
me?
you're saying.
Yeah, you get me?
More like the someone that was immature and now that's kind of acknowledging the being an adult.
Kind of like, well, I think you already said this. Like, first he was like an entertainer, and now he's just like an art.
Yeah,
He's
there you
like
go.
in the artist level.
Yeah.
I see it.
Because
Yeah.
I one of his other like one joke I remember is like he's just like I wanted to buy the best toothbrush. Who the hell buys the best toothbrush? Like who does that? Like I looked up what's the best toothbrush like, and then I'm like that's just like a joke. no one's gonna like really dissect or anything, you know. And that was like from his earlier specials, and then yeah. I can't remember his new specials, but I do want to say his work on Master of None, was just really.
I haven't checked that out.
Yeah, me neither.
I want
I've been
to.
wanting to. Yeah.
I when that first I like I was just like scrolling through Netflix as you usually do, and I'm
Yeah.
like Master of None. I'm like, oh, I like Aziz Ansari. Why not? And I'm just like, oh crap, this is like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what I was. I thought it was gonna be something stupid, but it's like something funny, but it had like texture to it because it's just like he talks like there's one episode I remember specifically. I think that intro is just like a night with the boys or a night with like as a dude versus a night with like as a girl, and then it's just like Aziz and his friend just like walking through the neighborhood like nothing, right? And then they go to the girl's side, and then she's just like she sees like a dude kind of like following her. She has her pepper spray on. It's like more danger, like and it
Yeah.
shows you that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh crap! And then there's another episode where he has, uh,
Huh.
like, kind of how like you act with your parents, like, or you take things for granted, because like Aziz in the episode, he's just like, oh, I want to go to the movies, I want to do this, and then like all his parents want to do is just like talk to him, because that's their son. They want to get to know their son, but like he's just like, I don't want to do that right now. Like I want to go watch the movies. I want to get there for previews or whatever. I'm like, and then it's just like shit like that really got me into the show. And then again, like it had texture to it instead of just like a sitcom about nothing. Now, no offense to Seinfeld. That's like one of my favorite sitcoms. But yeah,
Well,
That's
that.
the best sitcom.
Yeah. I mean, aside from Seinfeld, uh, no, I definitely know where you're getting. He's definitely getting more into like the perspective wise, the feel of it all. Because again, you're going more on gender based on that first episode, and then next episode it's more about like the relationship between child and parent and stuff. And yeah, that's definitely someone that's like very matured in like their style and based on what your expectations. It's not what you expected because you thought it was going to be something stupid and immature, but instead it was just something like, oh, it brings something more into perspective on things that you do think about.
Actually, I
Go for it.
remember. Okay, like I remember when I first heard of Season Zero, and I checked them out, and I loved it. I was younger, and like I was into it, and like I wasn't. I could relate to it because I hadn't experienced adultery or whatever. But once I did, and I revisited those specials, I was like, okay, this is still pretty good, but I can't. Like it's not as good as I remember it. It's not aging as well. And right as soon as I had that thought, he came out with Right Now. Um, right now, that's the special he did after his allegations and all that. And Right Now was more mature, and he speaks on adultery and everything. So like, when I saw that, at first I didn't really know what to think of it. Like, I was like, this is since the since sorry you get me from before. But then I kind of grew on me. Like I was able to like, digest it and like, appreciate it more. The more I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Um it's different definitely, but it's good. Like it is like this is a good example of an artist growing, like a comedian. My bad, comedian growing. I think the like what highlights that growth was the fact that in one of his earlier specials, he has this bit about like his cousin, his cousin, like his 12-year-old cousin being fat. Like he's like, yeah, he's like a shooting star. I forget the bit, but he's like, except he said something like, it's like he's like a shooting star, except he's fat, brown, and on the ground.
It's completely opposite of what shooting
Yeah,
star.
something like that, But he brings up that bit
Yeah.
on Right Now. He's like, I've revisited those bits and that special, and like now that I think about it, like, I I probably didn't have to shit on my cousin like that. Like, I didn't have to go that hard on my cousin. But, back then, like, I had an hour to fill. So, like, okay, that's 15 minutes on my cousin.
It's his cousin Harris, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting because he brought a retrospective from
Yeah.
his past special and then brought it forth and be like, hey, look, I missed her.
Yeah. I mean, if I would say if you walk out with, like, any homework today, Sergio I would check out on season sorry, like his earlier stuff. Like whatever.
To be honest, I've already been planning, like, okay, I'm going to follow Aziz from, like, beginning to, like, where it is right now.
And you would see what we're talking about. You get me?
What
Like
if I
you would see
do
the
it
girls.
backwards? Would that be an interesting perspective?
I wouldn't do it backward. Oh, I don't know. What do you think, Hoover?
Wait, what?
would
Watching
you-
his specials up to recent to his past, as opposed to like recent. I mean, from his
Past to present?
Yeah,
I'd say past to present because I like seeing that instead of going backwards.
Yeah, there you go. Thank
Okay.
you.
Sorry.
It's just like, for example, you'll appreciate the fact that he speaks on. Oh, I didn't have to shit on my cousin for like 15 minutes, and like you appreciate that more.
Also, yeah, because the jokes, like, some comedians have, like, callbacks to another special that you need. And
I love when he talks about R. Kelly.
oh, Jesus.
You know what I'm talking about, Hoover?
Jesus Christ!
He
I
always
do.
talks about R. Kelly, even on right now. Like he didn't talk about it on Nightclub Comedian, the special that just dropped this week. But yeah, he talks about it right now. He talks about it a lot. But oh my god, that shit was fucking funny. Like the way he goes about it, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, if you walk out with any homework, quote unquote,
This whole thing has been a homework, so there's definitely a lot of to check out.
so yeah, I would check out a season. Sorry.
Definitely check Saget too.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm learning from you guys retrospectively because I mean, Erik, you're the one that knows like most on like I really don't want to say lower tier comedians, but just
Like
underrated.
mid tier.
I would say underrated, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So definitely like with Nate,
Or
Great Gatsby, and definitely I mean
overlook.
your picks
There
I
you go.
already know. So like when it comes to Erik, like he brings me like, oh, like comedians are pretty good. Especially from last time.
I used to recommend comedians to
Just so
Hoover
niggas
randomly, but I soon figured out that he was not into the recommendations that I would send him.
Okay, half the time I would also forget, like, because you would just tell me, like,
randomly.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, and then I have a short attention span, so if I don't have it written down somewhere, I'm gonna forget about it. Like,
And you're not gonna write it down as soon as you hear it, right?
I have been writing. You can't see it, but I have been writing down notes here.
Is that Saget? What does that say?
Oh, Sage.
Sage?
It's just a new restaurant that opened around me. So yeah.
Say in Whittier?
Sure, Whittier.
Never
I'm not gonna tell you where I live.
We're not gonna triangulate that. Sorry. It's a terrible place. Don't go.
Is it by the rallies?
Shut the fuck up. All right. Final words on it. Erik, just you. Erik.
No, just check them out if you haven't checked them out. Obviously, that seems to be like the ending note for every comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, even his latest special has quite the closer. That's so relevant to these days. You know what I mean? With technology, I was when I saw that it was half an hour because okay, I saw the trailers for it like I don't know, at least 2 weeks before it came out. So I was expecting an hour, especially after COVID. You know, I was expecting an hour. So, when I saw that it was only like half an hour, I was like, okay. I mean, why even bother? But I mean, it's cool. Like it's cool half hour. You can easily watch that in a day. again, I watched that in 2 days because, like, work and life and whatnot. But yeah, I would strongly, recommend you guys watching that. Um, check out his earlier stuff. You'll appreciate his latest stuff better, more, or definitely. It'll hit differently. But yeah, that's that's my ending note. Nancy, so sorry. And I guess we have to bullshit. So Sergio comes back.
I didn't even notice that. I was writing down
Yeah,
something, and then I'm like, I look up, I'm like, oh, Sergio's not there.
yeah. I was almost saying, well, I was saying, well, Sergio went off somewhere, and Hoover's distracted on his phone. So I gotta bullshit and like check this shit out. Like, what do I say?
So far, which beer did you like before? The first one or the second one?
Oh, the second one. But I mean, that's not always a fair question because I mean, the second one, I feel like it's always gonna hit better. You get me?
Really?
Yeah, because you're more tipsy and like you're more. You drank already. You get me? You get the ball rolling. You get me?
I don't know. I think it's like a movie. The first one's always better. I haven't. You know what? I was gonna say I can't think of a time where the second movie was better, and I'm thinking like Dark Knight and Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, that's a different podcast. I was gonna say. Oh, you know what? We haven't even got to where Sergio wanted to talk about. So never mind. I'll save that question for like after Sergio.
Actually, can you guys BS for like 2 minutes? Like,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Oh shit. So yeah, my dad was watching Schindler's List, and the first thing I said as soon as no, actually, I actually watched Saving Private Ryan last night, and I was just like thinking about Spielberg as a perspective.
Yeah.
Honestly, the '90s was like his best decade.
Yeah. On our podcast, Cinema Buns. Just,
No, go ahead, plug yourself in.
no, on our podcast, Cinema Buns, we were talking. I think we were covering. What's his latest movie? West Side Story.
What's that story? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh man, he's considered the GOAT. But if you look at his filmography, like in 2000s and 2010s, like he's been kind of on and off. If you think about it, like, yeah, he has like directed like Oscar nominated movies, but like those are not like memorable. Like Saving Private Ryan or like E.T. or wait.
I know what you're saying. The
Yeah.
2010s is the off and on. The 2000s was Spielberg really mature, and the 90s was like the best.
Yeah, because like you think about Spielberg, like you think GOAT, right? Like who's gonna top Spielberg? And then like if he and why he's considered the GOAT is just because he's so diverse. Like he never makes. I don't think he has a style. Like I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
Well, he does have a style.
Because like to me, like he doesn't like. Oh, that's a Spielberg thing, and maybe I'm not a movie, but like I could tell like from other like and they're my favorite directors: Guillermo del Toro. What's the other one? Makes bloody movies, Pulp Fiction.
Tarantino.
Tarantino, he has definitely a style, and then like those kind of directors.
It's really funny that you can't name people off the top of your tongue, but we're the ones that are drinking, not you.
Hey, dude, I ran out of water. My mouth is dry right now.
Okay, just keep drinking more water.
Hold up.
It happens. By the way, even if you're not looking at this in visual form, Hoover actually looks like the professional. The professional, 1994. Luc Besson.
Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
What about
the professional?
I look like him.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I thought. Oh, is that what you were saying earlier too?
Yeah.
I thought you said, "Oh, he just looks like a professional." I'm like, I have
no, you were
set up as you.
No, it's because like me and Erik were actually like looking at the because I have a poster of Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" and then we were just thinking about that movie, and he has like the beanie and he has the fucking glasses, and I'm like, oh, dude, he looks like the fucking professional. Leon,
I'm Leon.
We should have came up with Leon the professional.
Question, since we're on topic of comedians.
Go ahead.
Would you keep your real name or would you get a stage name?
I feel like that's more of an entertainment question.
Sure, why not?
For me, for what my name is, I would actually change my name.
Because I kind of want to change my name, but then Hoover, like, you're not going to forget a Hoover.
You're right.
So I'm like, maybe I just do like Cher, like Hoover?
Yeah.
Like, not my last name?
Me and Erik actually had this conversation before. And to be honest, the only reason I would actually like change my name is to protect the name that my mom has given me during birth. And if some shit would go, like, God forbid, like there was some shit that my name was be attached, it wouldn't be the one that my mom would have given me at birth. It's somebody else's name that I have given myself. You know what I'm saying? It's the stage name that's attached to that name, not my birth name. So sort of like a mask, you know, like fucking superhero, whatever, you know.
No, because I think Joe Coy, that's not his real name. It's
Joe Coy just sounds like smooth, and I'm pretty sure like either way, if he got into some shit, it's Joe Coy, not Joe or whatever his name is from birth.
Or Joe Rogan, his name's Joseph.
Listen to me, Joe Rogan. Yeah, it is Joseph. It's have you ever seen like him in news radio, like clips of news radio, and how fucking different he sounds?
I'm back.
Now?
I have been wanting to check that out.
Bro, he sounds so he had a Boston accent when he was in news radio, and then
He lost it?
and he just lost the accent. It's crazy.
Do you mean his Jersey?
No, it's Boston.
All right.
East Coast. Let's just say East Coast because
I know he's from Jersey, right?
No, he's from Boston.
No, he started his comedy in Boston, is what it was. But his accent was from the East Coast, and I think that's it. Honestly, it's different dialect. I can't tell the difference because I'm from the West Coast, but it kind of sounds similar to me.
Oh, you know what? My bad. I think I mixed it up. His birthplace was Jersey. They moved to
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it would make sense he picked it up.
I don't know, but I think it's funny how in his 2016 special Triggered, he talks about like how California is the best place to live in and everything.
And now
look at him now.
He's just like, LA, you just have to get out of there. I can't even breathe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird how people change.
Don't tell me he's your second comedian.
He's not actually.
Okay.
His comedy isn't. It's not bad, but it's not great. That's where I put him at. He has some good perspective, but it's not the best.
I actually like his comedy.
Yeah,
I would say so too.
Yeah,
but I need to give it a watch because the last time I watched it was just I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. Like,
right?
But
okay. Hold on. Are you saying it doesn't age well?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me that doesn't find it funny.
I'm not saying
anymore.
that. I'm just saying like it's just completely different from what I see. But I would say he does have like a unique perspective on things.
No.
So that's my say. I don't want to go on a Rogan tangent.
Oh yeah, because we're down to Sergio's pick.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My pick, obviously, we're also making a memorial for Louie Anderson, and again, another childhood like comedian that's associated with something that I watched when I was like a kid. Have you guys seen Life with Louie?
The cartoon?
Yes, the cartoon.
I want to say yes, definitely. But it's just it's just one of those shows that I vaguely remember from my childhood
Yeah.
that I watched because I mean
Yeah,
it was
same.
in the afternoon slot. You get me?
Yeah, it was
After,
more of a
after
Saturday
shifts.
morning type of
Yeah, you get me?
slot. Along with like Bobby's World. Again, coming from another comedian, and it was just like in the same spectrum. I don't know who came first. And I know it was just it might have been because coincidental, or it's just like okay, I gotta play on this Saturday morning cartoon because I'm trying to move as a comedian or whatnot. But definitely like Louis Anderson was someone that is just like he was a clean comic, and he was so clean that like um he could have been in a sitcom. But honestly, he decided to go on a different route, go more cleaner means let's go for a Saturday morning cartoon. You know what I mean? And he went in that route, and like his now, like nowadays, I get his content. I get like why he made Life with Louis because it's literally like uh, it's basically his whole depiction of his family, and he's doing all the voices for half the voices of his family. And honestly, that's how his comedy was because he impersonated his dad, he impersonated his mom, he impersonated some of his brother and sisters, and what he's been told, what I've been told about him is just like, yeah, it's basically his whole family that he's been impersonating in his comedy outside of like Life with Louie. And he is someone that's just like uh what made him is his family. And I think the most recent episode of like Mark Maron, the WTF with Mark Maron, he actually did a memorial for him, and then he put his past episodes featuring like Louis Anderson, and kind of get an understanding of who he is. And this guy's just been uh he's been true to himself as much as he can. And he impersonated his dad, who was tough. And then I learned that like he didn't really have that much of a traumatic experience, like most comedians have. And his dad was just like he was an alcoholic. He was abusive. You don't see that in a cartoon at all, but he was sort of a tough ass and sort of like really hard on everyone in the family. His mom is just really nice, and you kind of see like, okay, well, his dad was tough, and then you could kind of see like Louis is kind of tough on himself because of his dad, and that's something I got out of it. And then his mom was an inspiration, and he actually enacted his mom on stage too. And I don't think he voiced his mom on the fucking show, but where he really shone on his mom, reenacting his mom, is fucking Baskets. You ever heard of Baskets with uh
Second Fanakis.
yeah, exactly. That's actually a show that Manny has watched, and he's actually been looking forward to talk about Louis Anderson. He actually was supposed to, but he got caught up in other commitments. And uh from what I seen like in the interview that he's given, like he actually based a lot of that character on his mom because it's just basically him acting as his mom, but his mom is, Galifianakis, his mom. And the way it got started, it's really fucking funny that Jeff was just like thinking about like, I don't know, for some reason, I just I just like imagine Louis Anderson as my mom. And then the next thing you know, his agent calls Louis and said like, "Oh, do you want to audition to be like, his mom on the show, but in drag?" And he says, "I got it." So he did it, and he based his mom on that. And what do you know? Like, there's some. He kind of shows a maternal performance out of it, and that's actually something I didn't see in like Life with Louis or I think he might have done it in his stand-up, so I'm not too familiar on his stand-up. Manny's a little bit more, but I know he was just more about like family, like relating more towards his family and having to like impersonate his family. That's where he like really stands off as, and like he just did everything, um, how his mom would act. And then they actually asked him a very important question that was like, "Oh, do you imagine this role as like, you know, you being in drag?" He's like, "Nope, I was just acting the character. It was just necessary to be a woman." And then he said he got more of a perspective of what it is like to be a woman, which is like, shit, that's kind of trippy. Which I kind of get because he's an actor. Yeah, he's definitely an actor, and he definitely learned something out of like being an experience as in baskets. It's just like, oh, fuck, this is supposed to be a funny show, and you wouldn't have thought it would have gone like that deep going into that character. I never really actually watched that show, but I'm definitely gonna check it out after this. Fuck, you guys actually handed me a lot of homework. And Manny's not even here, and he handed me homework. It's just like, you gotta watch it. But
Um,
it's fun. It's something funny.
yeah, yeah. I vaguely remember Life with Louie. I just, I don't know. There's something about Louie Anderson. I don't know.
I
Like you just heard the name and you know who
Yeah,
he
you just
is.
automatically know who he is, and
Yeah,
it's just like,
but
okay,
just
but do you
never.
really know about him? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely got to check out his stand up.
yeah. From what I seen is very clean. I only seen like one, uh,
Dirty joke.
uh, no, not a dirty joke, but I seen one stand up special. Actually, it wasn't even special. It was this is not happening episode. And you want one? Very good.
Sure.
And he does seem clean. The impersonation is definitely there, and he's definitely like just being that character for like the greatest um the greatest amount, and he's definitely making a lot of commitment to it, and I think that's what makes him a good like character actor in some sense. And I mean, I think that's why like I don't know what it was that made Galifianakis like actually cast him for that, but it was definitely I never seen the show, but it's definitely a right choice. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Not having to see the show, but I mean, a lot of people do really respect him, because he really gone through this like era of like the 80s and having to be a clean comic. And one of the things about like the 80s era is like a lot of people got advice to be clean in their jokes. And he was definitely one of them. And I'm pretty sure he was one of the best. That's where he got, some of his deals of uh, developing life with Louis, and also like later on in age, like through respect, uh, being brought on to be one of the characters for baskets.
That's very good.
But
Wait. So everyone the phone. Show everyone the phone.
once again, I don't know what it is. I'm a little off today.
Well, you tilt the glass, right?
Yeah, I
So
did tilt the
it'll
gas. Yeah, what did
yeah,
you do?
yeah, technically like how you're supposed to use. You tilt the glass or you tilt the can.
Okay. Yeah.
So it makes less
I
of a
think there might
splash.
be a reason why I'm doing that, but yeah.
Oh, like that's how you want it?
No.
Oh,
No, exactly when.
But
what?
no, never mind. There's nothing there, Eric.
I
In
did
the
like him in Family Feud.
Did you? That's
Yeah.
all you can say about him.
No, okay, yeah, because I'm
funny?
also on the boat with Eric, where I remember the Life with Louie, and then I saw him on Family Feud. I'm like, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just like Family Feud from there. And then he left. I'm like, oh man. And then we got the guy from Seinfeld, then Steve Harvey. But yeah, like no, I remember Family Feud with him more than anything.
You,
Uh,
you never seen Baskets, right?
no, I know you guys were talking about it. I haven't. I've been wanting to watch it though, cause
I think we should all just watch it now. I
yeah,
think it's more relevant
we
now.
should have a watch along of
Yeah.
of Baskets. But yeah, and then there's something else I saw him in. Oh no, funny story. I always confuse him with Chris Farley. I have no idea why. They don't even look alike.
Because he's fat and he's blonde.
Probably. I mean, this is like 5-year-old me, and so
Oh, if it's 5, that's completely reasonable. So
no, not now. Yeah, like not now. I don't think like that.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, no, this is like younger me where I just get confused with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got that. Uh, yeah, but I mean, that's where I like originally know him. It's just like from a child's like programming, which was on Fox on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's just characters that I remember the most, like his dad, sometimes some of his relatives, and I mean it goes back to like his original comedy, like back in the 80s, like him having to impersonate like his family members, because again, like I'm going back to the interview with that he had with Mark Maron. He freaking he wasn't traumatized. He literally said he was at a good period between his family because it was like a large family. And when he got there, his dad was actually kind of recovering from being an alcoholic, but he was still a tough ass, you know. And I think like his view of his dad and everything that he's come to in his family life is a little naive, but also a little bit innocent. But at the same time, there's a hint of like something was kind of going on. There's a little bit of a dark side. But I mean, I think that's what made it a little bit relatable because, you know, like your dad was sort of a tough guy, and then your mom was sort of like, you know, sort of the softie, and she took that shit as it is, and it's it's yeah, it's totally relatable, and totally see that, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like seeing it as an adult, it's just like, okay, you kind of see where his direction was going about, like him developing his TV shows, his showing TV show, and then like where he came from. But I could totally see like his clean side of like everything else. You know what I mean? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like all
When
testing you. I'm like, I'm
when
looking at both of you.
no, I'm listening, but I mean, I don't know.
Like,
Like again, I don't have much to say, but I mean, to be honest with you, like right now when you said, I don't know why it took me off guard that you said he was a clean comic because he, I don't know, I got the impression that maybe, I mean, for sure he had to be clean for his animation show
yeah.
because I mean that was like in
I
Saturday
mean, it makes
mornings.
sense that someone that clean will actually make a Chona show because it's like, oh yeah, you never said
Yeah.
anything bad about like you never said anything adult related, and yeah, we could totally have you as a children television show.
Yeah. Um. Again, I have no idea why that took me off guard, but it did. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I'm judging a book by its cover. I'm sure I am, but I would have expected him to be a bit dirty.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. He's just some white guy from the Midwest
I feel like he washes himself with a rag on a stick. Simpsons reference. But yeah, no. Now, I kind of agree with Erik. I don't know how much about his comedy, but I also feel like it would be
Like
like,
you would have guessed, dirty, right? Or a little,
You
not
would have
as
guessed 30 just based on like today's standards.
a little naughty. uh, no, because like Bill. Okay, not to, like we're judging like Louis how he looks like, but also like Bob Saget. He looked clean cut. He's one of the dirtiest motherfuckers we know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, what do you know? Like, two of the comedians that passed away in the last month. One was actually they thought that he was clean, and then he was actually dirty, and the other guy's like, "Oh, he's gonna be dirty as the other guy," but no, he's actually clean. You know what I mean? It's just the spectrum of opposite sides. It's just like threw what everyone off. Again, just like I think just like this episode because we're covering it, it's just like comedians, but subverting expectations is what is really heavy on this episode. Because we already talked about like the two comedians that were mentioning in honor of their death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from everyone else, it's just like everyone's just like everyone's different, and everyone's just like it just really depends on like their mentality and their upbringing. I think that's what really makes a comedian. Actually, that's what really brings an artist.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But I mean, aside from that, I guess I'll just end this with Louis. Even if you don't know who he is, there's at least something there that he left behind as a legacy. And uh, I mean, nowadays, like you see comedians being dirty and just like very on the edge, but this guy was clean. This is back in the 80s when everyone was told to be clean, and then out of it, you get like a cartoon that a good portion of people remember. And then, if even if you didn't grow up in that generation, uh, you're one of those people that will um remember Basket because Jeff Galifianakis was like very high at the time, and that caught attention to Louis Anderson, and I think that's one of the things as well on this episode is uh just like catching wind on like what time period this comedian like catch fire, even if it's like a Bobby Lee or a Bob Saget, whether it was like Bob Saget Full House or Bob Saget later on like How I Met Your Mother, or Bobby Lee in Mad TV, or Bobby Lee like all the movies that he's made and the podcasts that he's made, catching fire on the podcast trend when all the comedians wanted to do a podcast, and he's one of the best. He happens to be one of the best ones, you know. But I mean, aside from that, like there's a craftsmanship with all the comedians and stuff. So there's a respect, and no wonder we got like one of the highest plays on our last comedians podcast that we did.
Mhm.
Not not the FBI.
I will say,
We'll talk about that later.
yeah,
Did you catch that, Hoover? Did you catch that?
the last episode. No.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I ask? Can I ask?
If
Can I
you
ask-
guys want to get that reference, just check out the episode.
Check out our
If
last
you're-
episode.
If you look for
Comedians Part 2. Catch that episode.
Okay, this is part 3, right? This is part 3.
Part 3.
Okay, yeah, I remember because I remember I think I saw the first one.
Part
All
one?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
that was
that
also
wasn't
with Erik, right?
Erik.
No,
that wasn't with Erik.
I thought it was. Fuck.
Part 2 is with Erik. Part 3 was with our friend Boxer.
Okay,
part one, right?
Part 1. Sorry, I'm part 1.
but can I ask you guys a question?
What's up?
If you had to pick 3 comedians, I guess if you want to do it like just to not think about it too much, we could pick the 6 comedians we talked about today. But if you pick 3, or if you want, you could pick someone if you just know off the top of your head. What 3 comedians would you want to go see? Like a lineup you would like to go see?
Oh, lineup?
The
Yeah,
line-
like if you get to
top
see,
3.
yeah, I guess top 3, like comedians you want to see, like right now. Like if you see them on a poster, you're like, oh shit, I want to go see them.
I don't know. Okay, hold on. Before we answer, because I feel like that would be a little hard to say.
Okay, then I'll dumb it
I-
down. You get 2 from this episode, 1 extra. Just you got to go hot style, like quick style.
I mean, obviously our top, our 2 would be the top 2 that we spoke about.
I know because I kind of want to go see Bobby Lee because I haven't really seen him, and then I want to go see Bob Saget.
Mm,
And then Tom Segura because we didn't get to go.
You didn't mention him though.
Yeah, we did mention him.
yeah. Nate Bargatze, Anthony Jeselnik, and probably Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But even that's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, I think it would be for me. Chappelle definitely, Bill Burr
Oh,
definitely.
fuck, I forgot about him. I don't know how I forgot.
I was gonna mention her, but Ali Wong, I would definitely watch her too, live. So that's none of my picks, but still, I answered the question.
No, yeah. No, I was just curious.
No, you're good. Actually,
cool.
there's a Bill Burr is actually gonna perform at the Forum in May, so
Oh, fuck it, let's go.
yeah,
he
We'll talk about it.
he was in Long Beach a while back
yeah.
this past summer.
Yeah, I heard about that. He was.
But again, I take it from granted. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. Final word on Louis. People do make impacts in their lifetime, and he definitely did with in my childhood, and then later on in life. And I wish I could have like know more about him because he's definitely an interesting character. But it's just like one of those people like you knew when you were a kid, and then you never seen him like never in life. But then you think about him like out of random or nowhere, and then just wonder like, oh, I wonder what he did or what happened to that guy, you know? And I don't mean that in like a really sad context. I just mean that like appreciating someone in like a really enlightenment context. I don't know if that makes sense. But like every soul is like very different. You wish like, oh, where their direction went to, as opposed to mine. But yeah, that's my thing. What's up? I don't know. We were just went like this.
Oh, I'm clapping. It's me
Oh.
clapping.
I thought you were like, stop.
Oh, like timeout? No. This is timeout. This is clapping.
I couldn't tell the difference. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm kind of slurring. So should we go on sip on this? You guys remember sip on this? One thing that you would recommend or a news tidbit about something in the future?
Are we doing the same rotation? Am I first?
It could just be whatever rotation. You know what? Let me lead by example.
When you had two pesos or something.
What's up?
When you have like a
No, I actually don't. We have to work on that as well, bro. I'll complain about this later.
Just sip on this.
Sip on this.
Oh, I was doing the Spider-Man 3, but yeah.
I haven't seen that.
All
You've
right.
never seen Spider-Man 3?
Wait, which one?
The Tobey
Spider-Man 3.
Maguire one.
Tell me require.
Yeah, okay. Then you were talking about the
No Way Home.
Tony Stark's new Spider-Man
He
or
still hasn't watched. Honestly, I think you should watch all the original Spider-Man and then go into No Way Home.
I can't-
saw the first two of Tony Stark's.
Watch the
Spider-Man.
third one. Oh, I mean, watch all the Tobey Maguires and then go into this one.
I would also watch the Spider-Man the animated series just for the heck of it. Because that's a really good show. But yeah, Sergio, can you want to lead? Because like,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Oh yeah, I know. So my sip on this is, I mean, we've been talking about comedians, and I would definitely recommend Bob Saget's "It Ain't Right" on HBO Max, just to see what Bob Saget was all about, and everything that I said about Bob Saget is right there in that fucking special. He does talk about Full House, and he does go about like um talking uh basically talking dirty, um subverting like every expectation you thought about like him as a character in Full House. And honestly, you'll not be disappointed. If you're easily offended, just I don't know. Check it out. If you feel offended, just walk out. That's okay. And yeah, definitely check out that special. It's on HBO Max, and HBO Max actually has other specials that you should check out. And definitely check that out. Uh, Uber.
Okay. I guess this is where I would plug in my podcast. Just right.
Did that last? I'm just
I did that too. I did it way early. Well, besides my podcast, and I'm a bunch if you're not familiar with it, we cover movies, TV, uh, kind of just celebrity news. At times, just like who's got casted in what's happening in this movie. And it's a pretty fun podcast. We've had Golden Crab Cast as guests, and we've also had Erik as guests. I think we did a movie debate, Cinepunch with Golden Craft Cast.
that was the
And
first
then-
one.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah, then he started a franchise off of it. Um, and then I think Erik we had with the movie Old M Night Shyamalan's latest movie. Please, you could go check that out. And if you don't want to hear our podcast, uh, just I recommend go watch Doom Patrol. I think that's just a good show. Just
Is it?
yeah, I like it.
Is it like super weird and just very over the top? Kind of getting that vibes from that show.
Maybe it's over the top. I'm not sure. It is weird. It is not
Okay.
your typical show. Also, since we're on topic, if you want a newer show, Peacemaker is also excellent. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but yeah, HBO Max is on the rise. Just
I always for some reason like my past sip on this has been like HBO Max. It's
I'm not gonna lie,
just
man.
like it's just a good TV season right now, and HBO Max has just been hitting it out of the park. Aside from Disney Plus, but I mean, aside from all that, I mean, it's really good for TV and recommend TV all around. Really,
Yeah, actually, I want to say HBO Max is probably my favorite. What's it
Ooh.
called?
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. It's one of
Streaming
your
service right now.
services right now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially during COVID, right? I feel like
Yeah.
that didn't even slow them down. I felt like it slowed down
Yeah,
Netflix.
I really feel like okay, I'm really getting the ground on this. Netflix gives you nostalgic movies to watch. Hulu gives you the new movies to pick out. HBO Max is just bringing out new content that's like relevant, but also content that you didn't watch like 10 years or 20 years back, like Sopranos and The Wire. And they
Static
just
Shock.
yeah, yes, exactly. And it's just really hitting it out of the park. They're just like really getting both spectrums right now. And good for them.
Yeah,
Eric,
that's my sip on this.
thank you.
All right, I don't really have a sip on this, and that's because, to be honest with you, like since like December, I've been catching up with Marvel.
Right. This is the time to plug yourself in. I'm just giving you that option.
Okay, plug myself in. Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
Come on.
How did I forget about that? I'm working on something. Yeah. Okay. So I'm a playwright. I do theater. I'm not getting rich out of it. Not even close. In fact, I'm losing money. But my play, Knuckle Games. It's a 10-minute play that's taking part of with the it's taking part in the Frida Kahlo Theater 10-minute play festival. It is set to open on February 11th. However, we are facing a few setbacks, and by we, I'm not saying just Knuckle Games. It's
Everyone.
you know,
Yeah, everyone that's
yeah. I'm sure you guys are not new to hearing about theater productions, facing setbacks, even canceling, their production because of COVID. Um, excuse me.
Salute.
That
I'm
was a burp.
Oh, excuse you.
um so okay, so it's set to open on February 11th, and we're trying to stick with that date. Again, my play is Knuckle Games. It stars an actor by the name of Peter Abraham Becerra and an actress by the name of Jacqueline Reza. Um, let's see. You can go to the website www.fridakalotheater.org. That's theater spelled Theatre.
Ari.
Wait, are you sure? Okay, because no, that matters.
The other theater
Yeah.
is ER, and then the play is RE.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah, 'cause for a second I forgot. Again, I'm not much of a drinker, so every time I come on this podcast, it's like,
He's lit.
yeah. So yeah, and I'm sure you can get information about, like, the cast and me and the play and like all the other plays and how to go about purchasing a ticket. Yeah, so check that out. We're working really hard to come up with a good product. Again, keep in mind that this is theater. It's not meant to be, a lot, produced, for online. It was meant to be performed. However, we are doing our best to, bring you a good production. Um, you know, so hope you do enjoy it. But yeah, check it out.
Yeah, even if you're not like familiar with theater, this is the time to do it because everything's online.
Yeah,
And
and it's a
hopefully
great.
this will encourage you to see live theater in the future. And
Yeah,
honestly, it is definitely an experience. Not the same way like you watch like movies in like like a theater like AMC or like Cinemark, but it's definitely like everything's in real time. So I appreciate the fact that everyone's like doing their best to do things like in real time.
yeah. It's hard to create, but we can't
Like
we
watching
can't stop. I mean, I know some of my some theater artists are just taking a hiatus while we go through this, but I don't know. I like, and I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know. I'm thinking, my mentors taught me, like, the show must go on, and that's what I'm trying to do.
you all know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, yeah. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but yeah,
Are you good?
check that out. Oh no, I remember. This is a great way to keep supporting theater. Because when we get back to normal, which we will, I know we keep saying that, but we will. I know we will. We still need theater, especially community theaters like Frida Kahlo
Yeah.
Theater in
That's
downtown
who all
LA.
came from. Yeah.
So this is a great way to support. I mean, it's just I forget how much it is, but it's around 10-15 bucks per ticket. But it's worth it, and it's a great cause. Um,
Yeah.
so please support. Thank you.
So this has been another good episode, Golden Craft Cast. I would like to thank my guest, Erik, as always, reoccurring,
Cheers.
my boy. Yeah, cheers. While like holding out this beer. And I would like to thank Hoover, who's been very responsible and very sober about this. Very tired from the looks of it.
I'm just been since I'm sick, I just look like this. That's why I've been wearing shades. Yeah, I didn't want to feel like I'm like bored or anything.
Yeah,
I
but
thought, I thought you were in shades to take naps sometime.
oh no, he was like Benjamin Franklin.
Just
But either way, sleepy, deprived, drunk, uh, stupid, intelligent, inspired. It doesn't matter. The human existence, the state of mind, always exists. And remember, comedians are humans too. And it's surprising that it's even a job to entertain people. Just talk to them for like an hour to like even down to like 5 minutes or 10 minutes at that most. We appreciate that. So glad I got to talk about like the craft of being a comedian to both of you. And honestly, I just really appreciate like everything in general, what they do, art or entertainment, inspired. Uh, I like to thank every fucking comedian out there that's really trying their hardest right there, because I mean, we're artists too. We know the struggle, and I just really like to thank both my guests for bringing it out like this long. And
you know the episodes with me on. They go for
yeah,
hours.
I know. I was and I'm so glad we got Hoover who's being the smartass at the other end of the spectrum. But either way, cheers to the craft. Cheers to Louie Anderson, Bob Saget. Um, we didn't talk about Betty White, but she was an inspiration to like comedians.
We did mention Norm Macdonald. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Also.
rest in peace. Which honestly, I think it's gonna be one of my picks from the next time. And
I can see
honestly, yeah, honestly, like we're definitely gonna talk about this like in the future.
I mean, I would say it would be one of my topics, but you're probably not gonna invite me back because
Yeah.
I take the shit
I'm gonna
out.
take that shit. It's gonna like, it's my bitch, it's mine. I'm like, all right, you take them. I don't judge. All right, this has been a good one. Um, I mean, this has been a really long, funny episode, and I'm glad you guys were participating in it. So thank you, Erik. Thank you, Hoover.
Anytime.
This is us signing off. Good luck and good night.
thank you for being a friend.
Exactly. All right. Let me defend myself for a minute.
Just wait. Do I stop it?
Yes.